Okay, it looks like we're live. Good evening, everybody. It looks like, as usual, there are lots of comments. So, thank you all for being here.
Did Whiskey Wisdom start at like before 1 p.m.?
Yeah, way to go, Whiskey Wisdom, with the first comment early in the day. Congratulations. It looks like Whiskey Tears liked the thumbnail. Definitely appreciate that because we liked that video so much we had to clip it and use it as our thumbnail. Well, that was fun. Yeah, that was.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. Apparently, you're not supposed to just close out of everything in the middle of a live stream. I was trying to go through chat and I don't know what I did. I got out of it. So, we're back. Let's go back up to the comments I was reading.
Okay. We'll just start over.
Yeah.
It's a do-over. You're allowed one of those.
Welcome to our live stream tonight. Thank you all for being here. I see we've got Rusty in the house saying hi. RJ asked if the giveaway is happening. It is not happening tonight. We already had plans to bring Whiskey Tears on, and we want it to be about him and about drinking, and not about that tonight. But since we did just make it to 1,000 subscribers, it is on our schedule. We next week we are celebrating Oktoberfest, and that'll be a hangout, and we're drinking German beer.
Full costume.
The following week is when we will do our 1,000 subscriber giveaway and a hangout.
The 30th.
The 30th of September is when that will happen. So that way I can give all you guys a heads up about it and make sure that people show up for it. Okay, what else? Dave's here. Thank you. Michael Bortner. Lots and lots of hi. Hi, Chris Jenkins. Whiskey Tears. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of comments.
Scroll. Yeah, so Rusty, sometimes the live stream is weird when it's not live yet. It's sometimes harder to find, but I see you figured it out. You just had to refresh. Dave liked it better when we were earlier in the evening. So it's kind of, our schedule is going to be all over the place, I think.
For the next couple of months.
Yeah, during football season, that kind of dictates our Saturday schedule. So like this week, we're a little later. Next week, our game doesn't start till this time. So we will be going earlier. Even
5 Pacific next week.
Yeah, so it'll be even earlier in the day. So maybe that works for you. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. Let's see. He's already had 4 pours. Well,
who's had 4?
Dave.
Oh.
He's having a good night.
Dave's hitting it hard tonight.
Yeah, I need to catch up. We're actually going to start with the sample you gave us of the Early Times.
The Brown-Forman Early Times Bottled in Bond from Dave Vogelson.
Yep, and John Matlick is here. Dave's drinking Old Forester Single Barrel 100 proof for the first time. I mean, you guys say it exists, and I've just never seen it before.
That's the Black Label one, I've been told, right?
Something like that. I don't know. Victor's here. Hello. Bardstown Origin Series. I hear those are good, but they, again, don't exist near us. So, oh my gosh, I thought I was getting close to the end. It just keeps going.
I thought you just turned it all off again.
Wouldn't that be fun? That'll be one way we just want to end the stream. Just, Laura accidentally closed it and just ended it there.
Surprise. No live.
Yep, I finally got to where we screwed up. This is where I turned it off. Uh-oh.
Hi to Myron.
Yep, I see Sean and Myron. Andrew Butler. Oh gosh, keep going. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Congratulations. You guys are awesome with all these comments. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom. Just keeps going.
Well, you're doing it real quick. You're just scrolling straight down there.
I know,
love
but
it.
I don't want to steal. Oh, Bill. I want giveaway stuff. Not tonight, Bill. Thanks for coming on here, though. Major Zero, hello. Oh my gosh, RJ Clarence. I don't recognize a Clarence. Welcome. I think I made it to the bottom.
Okay.
Whew. That was tough.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are all here supporting us. That makes us like feel super happy and accomplished. I mean, it's a whiskey channel with 1,000 subscribers. We didn't really accomplish much, but we're super happy about it. We love it. We love the support. We love interacting with all of you.
Yeah.
Speaking of interacting with all of you, we like to start these off by shouting out to our patrons. So just real quick, we don't have a ton of them, but we love the ones we do have. Chris Jenkins is one of our patrons. He was actually our first, and Chris has started a new whiskey channel on YouTube, below_average_bourbon. So if you're not subscribed to Chris, go ahead and check him out. The Bourbon Note, Ben and Greg over there are great guys. They have great charisma. They work well together. They do reviews. They do live streams. They put up some hunts. They were probably the first bigger channel that shouted us out in a video, and we started interacting with them. And we really appreciate the support they've sent our way. Mark Gale, Arizona fan or Arizona State fan?
I want to say Arizona State.
Sorry.
Next week I might say Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the Arizona schools.
Hopefully they win all their games, but the one against the Huskies. Right?
Yeah.
Northwest Bourbon. Mark from Northwest Bourbon is it's another great channel here in the Pacific Northwest, Washington State. He showcases veteran-owned distilleries and local Pacific Northwest distilleries. He does reviews. He does live streams. He has all of these distillers come on his show and talk about their products. Just great content coming out of Northwest Bourbon. Check him out. Dave Vogelsang. He was on with us a couple weeks ago. The guy's a bourbon hunting legend. He messages me almost daily and tells me stuff he got. He picked up another Weller 12 today for dirt cheap.
He just somehow has all the luck, which it's deserved. So
yeah,
happy for you.
And our last one, Tolly at the Samoan Barkeep. He's a bourbon hunter and reviewer. He's putting out great stuff. He's also in Washington State. Send some love his way and subscribe to his channel.
Yeah. RJ wanted to let us know he's wearing a shirt tonight, but I think that's because he's still at work. I could be wrong. I know it's hot in Texas. At least that's what I hear. Never been there. Not on my list to go there either, but some people like it. We've also got Whiskey Bank here. Bloody 81 is here. Bunch of people. Look at you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just awesome to see so many people in here.
I'm still at work. See, I was right.
Yeah, so you've all seen the thumbnail. Justin from Whiskey Tears is going to come on with us here in a little bit. Hopefully you guys are all already subscribed to him, but if not, go check out his channel. He's, like I said, he'll be on here with us in a couple minutes, and he can tell you what him and his channel are all about. We'll do the interview with him like we've done with everyone in the past. But before we get there, there's a couple channels. Getting kind of long-winded here, but
it's okay. It's giving me time to drink and get the party started.
So Laura and I really love the concept of community in the Whiskey Tube metaverse, whatever they call it. I don't know. Anyways, so we make it a point every week to search out new up-and-coming channels. We're talking people that have just started. You know, some of them had no subscribers when we found them.
Actually, one today.
One
I was
today.
the first subscriber.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So smaller channels, we watch their stuff. We drop them comments, give them likes, just all that stuff that you do to support people and let them know that you appreciate the effort they're making. I've got a handful of them here today, and I like to read a few out every week when we do this. Try to turn you guys onto some of these people and get you supporting them too. Logan at the Bearded Bourbon. He does hunts, reviews. He puts out some shorts. He does great content. Check him out for sure. Steven at Whiskey Business. He does a lot of bourbon hauls and reviews. Probably some of the best production value I've seen in a new channel.
Oh yeah. Much better than ours.
Yeah. Some people actually know what they're doing. Tanner at Neat Bourbon, NEAT Bourbon. He does hunts, he does lists, he does reviews, but his thumbnails are probably the best I've seen. He does a great job with those. Check him out. Calvin at the Bourbon Kingpin. Brad over at Brad's Bourbon Reviews. And then if any of you were on Independent Joe a couple nights ago when he was on with Toshi Bake, Gary Franchi was in the chat and he was talking about his new channel, World's Worst Bourbon Channel. If you guys have not checked that out yet,
he's hilarious.
Do yourself a favor and subscribe to him and look at his videos. Most of them are just a couple minutes long. It is some of the funniest stuff I've seen. The guy is like a genius, a comedic genius. Check him out and throw him a subscribe.
Okay, so Major Zero said he's drinking the Amroot that we gave him, and he is enjoying it. John downloaded the YouTube app for us, so big step. Thank you. Let's see. Lots of reading. Northwest Bourbon is here.
Hey,
Thank
Mark,
you for
cheers.
joining us. We've got this name. Louis DeFore.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
That's what I'd guess. Cheers. High five. Nice to see you. Let's see. Okay. I'm kind of staying caught up. We've got John Matlick.
Yeah.
Must have video production editing experience. Hard to believe it's a new channel. Yes, seriously. It's so good.
Yeah, for sure. So it's getting kind of late over on East Coast. Let's throw the link in the chat so Justin can jump in here.
Okay.
Keep our fingers crossed for no technical difficulties.
Yep. That's what I do. I just hope for the best. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We've got Roger Randall. So hello, Roger.
Cheers. Yeah, while we're waiting for Justin to jump in, what's everybody drinking? I've seen a couple things in there.
Let's see. Well, I'm almost done with my first pour. You were talking so much, I was able to.
Well, okay.
to
Laura's getting drunk tonight.
No, I just sobered up. The Husky football team did amazing today. UW kicked Michigan State's butt, so we had some.
It was over before it really started.
We had some good sips, and then I sobered up for this. I see he's here, so let's bring him in and let's hope everything works. Hello, Justin. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
I
can.
Hear you.
I think
That's
we're working.
Nice little setup you have there. I like your
Thank
wall, everything.
Yeah, this is kind of my other stuff that I do, this area. So this isn't generally seen on my whiskey channel, but every once in a while. Hey,
so now,
I need to, before
ahead.
we get started, y'all did not warn me you were using that picture for the thumbnail today.
Surprise!
I logged on to YouTube and I saw that. I said, there's no way. Because you even went through to the point where I was talking about my guns. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, we enjoyed that video. So we had to find that clip just to make the thumbnail because we thought it was so funny.
Yep.
Yes.
As soon as we thought about asking you on here, that was what was right here in my mind.
I could not believe it when I saw that. I was like, they didn't even give me a heads up. They just threw it on there and said, we're rolling with it.
Surprise, that's what you get with us.
Yeah. So what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I was actually trying to think about that. I was like, all right, I'm going on Baker Drinks channel, and I was looking at my wall. I was like, what am I going to drink? And then it was staring at me right in the front row in my face. So I just went with the Baker's 7.
Solid choice.
Perfect.
Solid choice.
I actually completely love this one. Obviously, they're single barrels, so they're, maybe hit or miss, but mine is a banger. So that's what I'm going
What's
with
the age
tonight.
on that one?
This one is 8 years and 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've got one that's about 8 years, 10 months. That's just
It's so good.
out of this world good.
And I saw they just came out with, I think, a 13 version, a Baker's 13.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've heard. I've never seen it, but I hear
I haven't
it
seen it
exists.
either. I saw it online somewhere today. But yeah.
Big surprise, Dave Vogelsang has one. Are you familiar with Dave?
Yeah, Dave comments on a lot of the videos. I know Dave from all his comments and all that.
Yeah, we had him on live with us a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I was watching some of that actually earlier today.
Yeah, the first appearance of Dave Vogelsang.
What are you guys drinking over there tonight?
So we've got actually a Dave Vogelsang sample. This is the Early Times bottled in bond Brown Forman edition,
Okay.
the black cap.
The black cap, the one that nobody can find anymore.
Yeah.
except for Dave. Apparently he can
Except
find
for
them. But yeah, I need another pour because I drank mine. And
Okay.
what do we have next?
Well, you're going to have to just hold on a second. Oh, she's reaching for it.
Peerless.
So Justin, why don't you take a minute to let everybody know who you are, what your channel's all about, and how you came to pursue a bourbon channel.
Sure. So, hello, I'm Justin, everyone. I'm Whiskey Tears. My channel is just kind of sporadic with videos out there. I try and do 2 a week. My schedule's pretty tight, so it's hard to do that all the time. But I do a ton of reviews, do some hunting videos. I do every once in a while some blind reviews and things like that. Pretty much everything you see out there. And then every once in a while I do something stupid and dress up and get put on a thumbnail. But beyond that, but yeah. So I've been interested in whiskey and bourbon for probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. But I didn't really get strong into it until the last 2 or 3 years or so. And then 3 years ago, I went through a divorce, moved out, got into my new place here, and lost, half the time with my kids and everything. I was like, I have a lot of free time that I don't really know what to do with anymore. So I was like, well, let's just go ahead and start a whiskey channel, start making videos, and just kind of do it for a fun thing to occupy my time and have something to do while I was by myself. So here we are.
Nice. So you're coming up on like 600 subscribers pretty soon.
So I think
Yeah, just a little over 600 now.
Just a little over 6. Okay.
Yep.
And when did you start? Did you say?
I think like almost 2 years ago now. The
Okay.
first year I was real slow. It was like maybe 1 video a week, maybe 3 videos a month. The first year. But this year I tried to step it up a bit more. Started doing some of those hunting videos, which always hit harder than anything else because everybody loves watching those. So I've been doing those, but those always get so expensive.
Yes. Yes, they do.
I always end up spending way too much on things I wasn't planning on buying because it's just like, well, I guess I'm buying this now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Exactly. We have that same problem.
yeah, I bought a bottle today that I wasn't planning on getting just because I saw it and I was like, okay, guess I'm buying this then.
Yeah,
So,
we have that same problem. We wanted to. Well, actually, Laura started the channel without me. She didn't even tell me she did it. Probably for more than a month.
Hey,
Nice.
Embarrassment factor. I still haven't told anyone I work with that I have a channel either.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to hear that.
It's a weird
Yeah.
thing when people in real life find out that you have a YouTube channel because they're like, what? You do YouTube? They don't quite get it, and they think it's kind of like a gaming something, or they don't really understand there's more than just that regular kind of stuff that you see out there.
It looks like a Bourbon Drop. Myron said that you and him have to get together. You're only about 40 minutes down the road. So.
Yeah, we've talked a couple times here and there. He's in a very similar area that I am. I think we've done one hunt video at the same store.
I saw that. I saw it. I don't remember which one of you put it out first. Like, that's the same store. They were like within a week or two of each other.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I remember that happened. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, because we generally, that store, for whatever reason, we have very different views on it. I think he really enjoys that store overall. I really enjoy their selection, but for me, they're just way overpriced across the board. So
Gotcha.
I only go there if I'm like, I haven't found anything rare in a while. Let me stop in here and see what they have and see what they weren't trying to charge me for it today. So
yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a good selection, but it just hurts the wallet a little bit.
Yeah, and I've got a few people that I talked to through all this who are now like finding bottles for me, and they're like, hey, you want me to get you this? Hey, you want me to get you this? I'm like, man, I do, but I need to stop spending money on bourbon. Like, just 2 days ago, one of the guys told me he found a Russell's 13 for like 140 or something, which is still over retail, but a lot less than they're going for. And I was like,
I didn't buy that all day long at that price.
I didn't bite it. I didn't bite on that one because I had just bought something else from him. I was like, I need to just chill for a minute. I know I'm not going to find that price anywhere, but I'm just going to chill for a minute. So I don't know if he got it or not, but he offered it.
Yeah. So we just cracked open another sample here. This is a Peerless single barrel bourbon. It's 114.6 proof, and the sample's coming from the Bourbon Note.
Nice. I've never actually had a Peerless yet. That's one brand I have not found. Well, I found it, but I've never bought it or tried it yet.
Yeah, we like the rye real well. It's a little spendy though, and I don't know why it's spendy. It's good, but I don't know that it's like $130 good.
No, it's hard to know what real prices are too, because they're not real here.
Yeah, and then we do have a bourbon, but it's a single barrel we got from, I believe, ADHD Whiskey.
Oh, nice. I got two of his new riff releases.
I think we have one of those.
We have one of those, I think.
It's like in boxers or something.
I think one was a Christmas one and one was, I can't remember. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I've now started to hit the point where I have so many bottles that I look at it and I'm like, what was that one like again? And I have to like go back and look at either a video or notes or something to even remember.
Hey, at least you take notes, because I don't. And I try to remember, and then my memory is usually wrong.
I sometimes take notes. I use that just one of the apps.
Just go back and watch the video.
Yeah, that's generally what I do, and I skipped all the way forward to where I'm saying what it tastes like. I'm like, oh, this is what people do when they watch my videos. I get it now.
Actually, I did that earlier today because we just got that barrel Amberana, and I was wondering what your opinion was compared to ours. So I was like, I'll just skip to the end to see what he rated it.
Have you put that video out yet? Are you doing a video?
No, we filmed it, but we haven't put it out yet.
Yeah, so Saturdays are actually the day that we film for like the week. And lately we've been trying to film 2 or 3 weeks at a time. So we get a little tipsy before kickoff.
And then we drink during the football game, fine. And then we do a live stream. So it's a great day.
That's a nice day.
It's, spoiler alert, we filmed the Yellowstone 2023 limited edition bottle today. And we compared it to the 2022 limited edition. And honestly, until I saw the 2023 on the shelf, I forgot we even had that bottle. So it was sitting in the back of the shelf. It was all dusty.
Yeah.
So we pulled it out and cleaned it up, and it made another video appearance today.
Nice.
Yeah, that was sad. We completely forgot about it. I think we drank it right when we got it and then completely forgot we owned it.
Have you guys had any other Amburana stuff before the barrel one?
Yeah, so we've got a Nulu that we like real well. Well, I like real well. She just is okay with it. We've got the Fiddler ASW Amburana, which I like and she hates.
I don't like it at all.
And then we've got a rare character Rye, and she don't like that one either. But I typically like the Amburana finish as long as it's not like overpoweringly strong. And Laura thinks it tastes like a candle.
It's weird. I mean, I've never drank a candle, but it's what I'd picture a candle would taste like.
I've definitely gotten waxy notes out of things before, and
Yeah.
I've never liked it when I did get that waxy note out of it. Like I know there's one bottle that I absolutely hate because it just tastes like pure melted wax to me. So I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah, Chris is asking if 4Gate's worth it. $180. That sounds cheaper. It's around, but it's cheaper than we ever get them for.
Is that their flagship bottle, or is that like one of the numbered bottles, the batches?
Oh, I didn't even realize that they had just a normal.
I think their flagship bottle is like MSRP, like 180.
Oh, so yeah, I don't have an opinion on that one then, since we have not had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bottle I've never seen around me.
I think is there any around here, or we just have to get it online?
No, we get them from Sealbox typically when we get them. So I got a question for you, Justin. I always, when I watch your videos and you crack open your bottle, you always smell from the bottle.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, I think it just started when there was like maybe two or three that when I poured it into the glass and I smelled it and I got absolutely nothing. And I was like, oh boy, I don't know what's happening here. Is this thing did I not clean this glass well? So it's got residue or soap or something all over it. I don't know. But there was two or three of them that I got almost nothing out of it. And actually just filmed one the other day that I smelled it from the bottle first because it's just what I do now. And then I put it in the glass, and when it was in the glass, I was like, where is it? I was having a hard time finding it. So that's kind of where that started. A lot of people give me a hard time because I stick my nose so far into the bottle. I'm like, it's my bottle, bro. I'll put my nose where I want to put it in.
That's right.
I get a lot of flack for how far I put my nose into the bottle.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool. You kind of have your own little ritual, and you're true to it in every video.
Yeah, well, that has changed over time, though. Like when I first started the channel, my first few videos, I was trying to do every bottle 3 ways, neat, with a dash of water and on the rocks. And I quickly probably stopped doing that because I hated it almost every time it was on the rocks. And every time I added water, I was like, well, it just tastes like it's watered down now. So I just kind of stopped doing that overall. That's how the channel started, though. So it's been evolving, but the bottle sniff probably isn't going anywhere because I really enjoy it.
Well, we enjoy it too.
Yeah. Don't stop doing that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And for whatever reason, I don't know, just because it's so much more concentrated with the amount of whiskey or bourbon that's in there, I generally get the notes a lot easier coming out of the bottle than I do out of the glass. They're a lot stronger for me when I do that. So that's really the main reason I do it, is to get that first idea of what's going to be like before it comes out of the glass. And then once I pour it in the glass, see if it's still the same or if I was losing my mind.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. That's why they have whiskey glasses shaped where it, comes up at the top so that you get more of the smell. So it's even more so in the bottle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you familiar with the Bourbon Van? I
am familiar with them. Yeah.
So you've seen their 5-Sip Friday series that they do?
I think I saw it once.
Okay.
I unfortunately don't have a ton of time. I'm a very busy guy, so I try and catch things, but every once in a while I'll start watching it and I'll catch 5 minutes and I'll get busy. And
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I have slightly more time than that. I typically will spend like an hour a day watching, and it's mostly how I stay informed on the whole whiskey thing through other channels. But anyways, they do this thing where they get a sample from a viewer, and they're out backpacking or hiking or camping somewhere cool, and they pour it into their glasses, and they take 5 sips and try to figure out what it is. This one they just did on Friday, they hiked up this mountain. They were like 2,000 feet of elevation or something like that up over the course of 2 miles. They get all the way to the top and they didn't bring glasses. So they were smelling out of the sample bottle, and it kind of reminded me of you.
I wonder if the elevation itself would affect what you get out of it as well. I don't know.
I mean, possibly. I know being just outdoors changes it completely. So,
right.
So I don't know how they ever get anything right drinking it outdoors and after a hike and whatever else they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we know people that absolutely hate drinking outside because it changes how things smell.
Makes sense. There's a lot more
for me,
smells outside.
I love drinking beer outside. For whatever reason, beer is so much better outside to me. I was just earlier today at an art festival with my girls, and they had beer there, so I got an Oktoberfest, and it's just like, I don't think I normally like this beer, but I'm outside, and it's so much better just because I'm out here. So,
yeah, that's kind of one of the things we do in the fall is we start to have a lot of fires out in the fire pit, and we'll sit out there and drink beer till it gets pretty late, listen to music, tell stories, that sort of thing. It's just something about being outside with a beer that seems right.
Yeah. Especially this time of year. I mean, I'm a huge football guy, not a college guy as much. I know you guys are huge college guys, but I'm a huge NFL Ravens guy. So
we see the Ravens shirt in your videos.
Yeah, I got the Ravens tattoo as well.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I'm ready for tomorrow against the Bengals.
Did you get the Sagamore Ravens?
I didn't. I saw that. See, for me, Sagamore is because I'm in Maryland, and so they're based out of Baltimore. They're everywhere. So I'm like, I can get a Sagamore whenever because it's flooded here. So it's like I never really pick them up just because it's so easy. And I generally want to get things that I don't see as much every time I'm out. So
yeah, that's always the interesting thing when you're watching other people's hunt videos, seeing what's on the shelves in different parts of the country. And I'm just like, oh my God, they got that. I would spend so much money in there, but they're probably doing the same thing watching our videos,
Yeah, I was just watching, before I got on, I was just watching Major Zero's hunts that he just put out today. And I was like, not that I'm a huge Weller special reserve guy, but it's just chilling there on the shelf for $40. I'm like, if I found that on the shelf here, it's going to be like 150 at the minimum. And it's not going down. They're not going to haggle with you. I don't know if just I'm in a horrible area or what, but
well, we're in the same kind of place. It's not cheap here. Everything's overpriced and it's hard to find.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to live on the border with Oregon, and Oregon is a liquor controlled state. So all the prices are set by the state. The distribution's run by the state. They actually have a website that's updated every 24 hours that tells you what bottles are in each store. So,
Virginia
and that
is like that near me. Not quite as much. They do like drops where they'll email you and they'll be like, these stores are now releasing whatever allocated things they have, first come, first serve. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
That sounds a little stressful. That's probably why they
because you got to be able to get there.
Waiting and
And they don't tell you when those drops are coming. They're just going to be whenever they put them out. That's when they're out.
Just random. Okay,
gotcha.
Oh,
that's even worse.
Yeah, I just get in the habit of getting on the Oregon's website every morning before work and seeing if any stores have anything good. And you know what bottles to look for. They list them alphabetically, so I just kind of scroll down the list looking for stuff that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, every time I have a day off and he's at work, he'll be like, "Hey, this store, 2 hours away has this awesome bottle. You should spend your day driving down there and getting it." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Yeah. So do you guys? This is a question for you. Do you guys have any like local actual distilleries like right near you all or anything like that that's got good stuff? Or
locally, I think Portland, Oregon would be the closest, and there's several there. I think our favorite is Westward. It's single malts, so
I love Westward.
Okay, yeah, we visited them because we wanted to go to a distillery and we'd never tried anything from them, so they were close. So we just went down there, and it was amazing. So now we're part of their club. They send us new strange bottles every 3 months or something.
Yeah.
This most
Nice.
recent one was made with like a sourdough
yeast.
or something in the mash had sourdough in it. So it tastes completely different than their other stuff. It's fun. We like their stuff a lot.
Nice. Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
one that's like a super small, but they're literally 10 minutes down the road from me. And I don't live near any like major cities or anything. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So to have this one random local one right 10 minutes from me is pretty cool. Tobacco Barn is what they're called. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they grow all their own corn right there. It's like you drive past the fields every day. I do going to and from work, and I'm like, no, there's a distillery. So I've been trying to set it up with them to like do a distillery tour, but we'll see how it goes.
Are they so small that they don't really do distillery tours?
I don't think they do like public ones. So I'm trying to get they just got like a little tasting room, and then they go out to events and stuff. So they were at the art fest that I was at today.
Okay.
Okay.
Doing their stuff. They do stuff like that, and they're in all the local stores, everything like that.
Gotcha. So next question for you. Are you kind of a schedule guy, or do you fly by the seat of your pants? How do you decide what you're filming next?
Kind of what I have time to do and what's going on in my life at the time. So, for example, like when I did one of my most recent whiskey hunting videos, that was just because I was going to Ocean City for a few days. And I was like, well, this is a new place that's not near me, so I can just do that while I'm there. Coming up this week, I'm hoping I can get them edited, but I filmed 2 for this coming up week because I'm going to Vegas. And so I'm not going to be able to do anything while I'm out there. So I'm trying to have those videos to come out while I'm out in Vegas, but there's just so much on the plate. And I don't know if you guys have heard what's going on in Vegas recently, but it's kind of a mess out there right now. So it's going to be interesting all around. So it's kind of just a fly by the seat of my pants. Whatever I can get done, I'll try and get done. Like I said, I try and shoot for 2 videos a week is what I'm trying to shoot for. I don't always hit that. Sometimes I'll do like a video and then I'm like, oh crap, I didn't get 2 videos out. So I'll just do a short or something and try and make myself feel better that counted.
Yeah,
it counts. Something's posted. It doesn't matter. Sometimes we just do it. Sometimes when I should have had something filmed and posted, I put like a post. And then it's like, at least there's something on my channel.
Yeah. I've got a couple actually filmed that I can't put out yet because I have a new girlfriend and I got her involved in it, and she doesn't do whiskey or bourbon or anything at all. So I took her through a whole like flight of like 6 bottles or something like that, starting with like something super easy. I think she started with Sinatra, Jack Daniel's Sinatra. So real easy drinker and stuff like that. And then by the end, we ended with Ardbeg. So
oh wow.
Yeah.
That's quite the range.
Yes, but she's got some things going on, so I can't release that until she gives me the okay. So I'm like, I got these good ones that I know are coming out, but I can't do them yet. So
Sure.
yeah.
So are you going to do any hunting when you're out in Vegas? Or are you just going to?
No, I don't think I'm going to have time to do hunting. Plus, I'm not planning on having a car, so I'm just going to be Ubering if I go anywhere. But I'm going to be staying on the Strip, so you don't really need to Uber anywhere. But I may end up, because MGM got hacked by like Russian cyber hackers,
wow.
and they've been down for like a week and a half. Nothing works, and they're holding them ransom for like millions and millions of dollars. It's a whole mess right now, but who knows? But I'm not currently planning on it.
Good luck with that. Actually, The last time I was in Vegas was like maybe 10, 11 years ago. And I think something happened. The whole MGM system went down. So all of their hotels and everything went down. It was this huge line to check in.
Yeah.
Chaos. That luckily though, because they want people to be happy with them, they just like kept bringing around drinks while you're waiting in line and giving out free coupons for drinks and food and that kind of thing. So hopefully they're doing that for you. And then but then it was chaos because it was all by paper. They they gave us keys to a room that there were people in. So we get up, we wait in this line for hours. We finally get a key card to a room, and we walk in. There's people in there. So it's like,
man.
oh gosh, this is awful. So then we had to go back down. Luckily, they had another line for people that have like already checked in. So that one was only like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And then I think later in that stay, people came into our room.
Oh,
So
good
it
Lord.
was just
So it was chaos.
It was chaos, and I'm sure it will be chaos for you, but hopefully better experience than what I had.
I mean, what you just said is literally. It sounds like you're reading off of everything that I've been reading has been happening.
Okay.
So we'll see. But I mean, I would like to. I know they got smoke wagon down there. I've got like one smoke wagon thing, so I don't know. Maybe if they're just happen to have a bunch of random time, can try and find something with them. But I don't foresee that happening.
Yeah, I feel like we watched another channel's video where they were in Vegas and there were 3 of them, and they challenged each other. They were on foot. They had 1 hour to go out and find the best bottle each that they could, and then they brought them back to their room and they blinded and picked the winner.
Oh, nice.
I think it was Dutch. What channel is Dutch on?
That's a cool idea for a video.
Yeah,
it was fun to watch.
Yeah,
too.
they went to like the Target that's right there off the strip, and I think
Mhm.
it had smoke wagon in there, like 10 deep and stuff. So, I mean, if you even are just walking past the Rite Aid, I think they have whiskey in there. So it was Curiosity Public. Thanks, Gandy Road. But just walking on the strip, check out one of the stores. They'll have smoke wagon for sure for you.
Yeah, and well, then it's also a matter of how much money have I lost at this point, and can I afford smoke wagon?
Well, if you win big, you might be able to afford some Pappy.
Well, yeah.
Probably not in Vegas. I think they overprice everything, just like our states do.
Can you guys have any chance of getting that out there? Because it's pretty much zero here.
I mean, I can
find it now.
I can probably go to 3 stores
I just
within
am-
an hour of us that have the whole Pappy and BTAC lineup sitting on the shelf. They just want
more than I can afford.
Yeah.
$2,500 a piece for them, so that's why they sit there. Yeah, there's a lot of museums out here in Washington.
Yeah,
I think
that was
I
what I
think
saw in Ocean City too.
One of them we went to, they told us that they dropped the prices, and we're like all proud of it. We dropped all the prices. You might want them, and we're like, nope, still don't want them. Not even close.
Yeah,
you got to go further down.
So since
someone will buy them eventually.
Pappy got brought up, what would each of your like dream bottles be to own that you don't currently have?
What am I drinking?
Oh, hit him with a hard one.
Yeah. Oh, she just took a sip. I just poured. This is a Delbach out of Arizona. It's a single malt, American single malt. It's a single barrel coming in at 121 proof. Steven at Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans gifted this one to us.
And I wasn't expecting that because before we were drinking bourbon.
Yeah, we went from early times to Peerless. Now we're on a barrel proof single malt. So
Nice.
We're all over the place here.
I think I'm probably more predictable on what bottle I would want. What year was it? The Jack Daniel's special release, the Heritage Rye from whatever
2020.
before Coy Hill. Yeah, that would probably be my bottle that I'd really want. Because I really like all the Jack Daniels.
I think I would just prefer like some dusty wild turkey.
Oh, like the 80s?
Like in 1980s. And crazy story. I was just in a liquor store on last Wednesday doing a hunt, and they had a 1981 Jim Beam, looked like a brown jug decanter, and it was $250. It was full, tax seal on it and everything. And I talked the guy down to 200. He pulled it out of their glass case. We were going to make the deal, and then he noticed that it's so old, the tax seal on it was kind of cracked, and he's like, I can't confirm that it's unopened now, so I can't sell it. So He pulled it out of my hands.
It was there and then it was gone.
But yeah, I would
Can't
love to
sell
have
it, guess
like
it's got to come home with me now.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But I'd love to have an old dusty wild turkey,
Yeah.
I hear they're amazing.
80s or 90s, something
Never
like that.
tried them. Don't know what the difference is.
I don't think
but
I've ever had anything that's like the bottle itself is super old. Obviously had some old like age stuff, but never one that the bottle itself had been sitting around since the 80s or even the 90s. I don't even think I've had anything from the 90s. So
Sure.
Yeah, I think I'd be a little nervous to try it because you don't know what weird. A lot of times they're not full at that point.
Right.
It's like some had escaped, and it's like, well, if stuff's escaping, things are getting
Yeah.
into.
So this Jim Beam decanter bottle, it was sloshing a little bit. So there was definitely some evaporation that had happened. It's 42 years old at this point. So, okay, next question for you. You brought up the bottles there. Similar. So on your tier system, what
Right.
bottle for you has scored the highest?
Oh, so that one's close. It's between two, but they're so different from each other that it's hard to say which one is better than the other. And so one is the Old Carter American Batch 10. I recently did that one, and that thing was just unreal. And one that I've had for a long time, but I haven't ever actually done on the channel yet, is the Cavalon Soloist Vino Barrique. And that thing is just out of this world good. That bottle was actually gifted to me by some other people. That's probably the most expensive, like secondary wise bottle that I own. I think it goes for like $500 or $600 right now.
Wow.
So that's probably the most expensive bottle that I own. And that thing is so good, but there's just two, like obviously one's Taiwanese whiskey and one's American whiskey. So they're so completely different that it's hard to say which one's better. I think it's probably more what I might be in the mood for, but they're
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
the Cavalon I drink like once a year, probably
Okay.
is the only times I drink that. And I've only drank the Old Carter American Batch 10 when I tried it, but I just recently found the Batch 11 and 12. So now it's like, maybe I can drink a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see.
We've tried
So
something from them.
I think King Carr is a Cavalon, and we've had that.
I think, yeah, I know Jason has one.
Yeah.
His son is big into Scotch and that kind of stuff, and so
Yeah.
I know he has at least one of those bottles. Probably not as fancy as whatever one you have, but it was very good. I enjoyed
the one
it a
that
lot.
I got, the Cavalon Soloist Vino Barrique. It was featured in Billions on HBO. I don't know if you ever saw that show, but what's his name? It's like Paul Giamatti, something like that.
Okay.
I think that's the actor's name. He had that bottle and he like raved about it in the show. And that bottle had won like whiskey of the year in, I forget what year it is, but I think 2017, something like that. It won whiskey of the year in the World Whiskey Awards, something like that. So it's pretty awesome, but it's definitely between those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a couple comments here that are funny. So John Matlick said he graduated high school in 77, so he's definitely had that whiskey. And then Michael Bortner worked in a liquor store for 8 years in the 80s and 90s, so he's seen a lot of those decanters in the store.
Yeah, I actually have. I don't know how old it is, but they were gifted to me by my ex-wife's parents. Still have those. And I think they're Jim Beam, but they're like two old cars, but they're decanters with whiskey in them. I don't know really anything about them other than that they literally just look like this big of toy cars, but they're like metal or tin decanters, and they've got some kind of whiskey in
They're
them.
still full.
They're still full. I haven't opened them. I don't know what's in them. I don't really know anything about them. I think they're sitting in my garage actually. So it's probably not a great place for them, but
some collector out there's cringing right now.
Yes.
They're sitting in your garage.
You know what? Yeah. Before you got them, they probably were sitting somewhere like that too. So
for sure.
I'm sure it was ruined before you got them, but Yeah, probably Jim Beam, because I feel like Jim Beam has the most of these weird decanters from the 80s. They must have been really struggling and trying to sell more whiskey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't really start picking up all that stuff until really in the last 10 years or so, which is why, you see so many of the things that are sought after that are those higher age statements are hard to get because they weren't making as much of it back then. So it's like, well, are we going to get to the cycle, 10, 15 years from now where it's just flooded it in the market with all that stuff? And is it going to be easy to get then? I hope so, but we'll see.
Who knows? So where did you say that Kavalan
I think
was
it's Taiwanese.
It's Taiwanese. It's Kavalan Soloist Vino Barrique. It's a wine finish. It's like super chocolatey, super winey with the grapes and everything. It's so good. But the Old Carter is the best mouthfeel on a whiskey. Like, it's not even close. Like, you get some things that are like have that really nice oiliness, that viscosity to it. And then you'll have that Old Carter American, and you'll be like, nope, nothing before this has ever even had any hint of viscosity to it before, because that thing is like, it's hard to it's like this consistency. It almost feels like of just like melted butter is what it's like in your mouth. It's unreal.
It sounds pretty good. We've actually got an Old Carter. I think we've got bourbon batch 4.
Okay.
And it's like one of my sentimental bottles. It was like an early gift from Laura. So I don't drink it often. And, if the house was to catch on fire, it's probably one of 2 or 3 bottles that I would grab on the way out the door.
Yep. Yeah, I'm probably grabbing all my Old Carters and my Kavalan is what I'm grabbing.
Apparently the old decanters have lead in them, is what Lone Wanderer's saying.
Oh, yeah.
So probably
That
not
might be
enough
what
to
it
worry
is.
about unless you drink them all the time. So yeah, I don't know that I'd want to risk that too much, other than
Yeah, I'll have to
taste it.
find them and send you guys a picture of it or something, and maybe somebody out there knows what they are. I've never known, and I completely
you should make a video.
forgot about them. Yeah, I completely forgot about them until you guys were just talking a little bit before about the different older and decantered whiskeys. I was like, oh wait, I think I might have those out in the garage still. Completely forgot about them.
Yeah. So the most important question of the night, I'm sure everybody in chat is dying to know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you already have the Dr. Disrespect costume, or did you buy that special for that Black Still video?
I already had it, but there's a story as to why. So, like, all this stuff behind me. So I have another YouTube channel that's about day trading in the stock market. That's neither here nor there. But that channel, so before the divorce, that channel was actually decently big. I was coming up on like 15,000 subscribers. I was making decent back then. YouTube was different. I was making pretty decent money just from the channel alone. And I used to do Saturday night live streams like this, where we would talk about the stock market and people could donate for me to drink while we were doing about it. So people would donate to me to drink.
We're doing this all wrong. Just to
yeah, you guys, you need to step your game up. You need to make money while you're drinking. But there was one night where this guy just went off, and I don't know if he must have been hammered himself. I don't know, but he started donating so much, and I couldn't drink anymore. I was slurring my words on stream for all these people, and there's probably like 100, 200 people watching. I don't know, but I was like, all right. And then he donates like $100 out of nowhere. I'm like, and it was like $10 for a shot. It was like $2 to like drink a big swig of beer, something like that. I don't know, but he donates $100, and I'm like, bro, I can't drink anymore. What do you want me to do with this $100? He's like, I want you to trade one day as Dr. Disrespect. So I did a live stream one day where I traded in the stock market, and I was dressed like him in that outfit and tried to act like him the whole time while I traded.
That is awesome.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, well, thank you. It was. The bad part was it was so hot, and the mustache kept falling off. I had to keep editing it out because the mustache would fall off like every 30 seconds. So eventually I just gave up. I was like, screw this.
I mean, I was like belly laughing out loud. It was such a good video. I absolutely loved it.
I actually didn't know
a Snapchat
Actually-
to my girlfriend in costume, and I was like, "This is what's happening right now," and she was like, "I don't want to know."
Sadly, I didn't know who Dr. Disrespect was. And so then he's like, you don't, he made me feel stupid. But
Yeah.
and so we went and we watched a whole bunch of videos. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I
He's-
definitely understand it.
He's pretty funny, but he's got so many catchphrases and everything, and I was like forgetting half of them as I was up there. 'Cause I don't know if this happens to you guys at all, but as soon as I get the whole setup, it's a whole elaborate setup just to film these things, but I get up there and I stand there and I'm like, I had all these thoughts and notes in my head of what I was going to do, and then they just disappear from my brain when I get in front of the camera, and I just kind of wing it and go with whatever I get. So
Yeah. So I have a whiteboard that I write everything down on, and I just put it right beside the camera.
yeah, that's
So
a good
then,
idea.
Yeah. Then it looks like I'm looking at the camera, but really I'm trying to read my notes and remember what I was supposed
Or
to say.
if it's obvious you're looking at something, just edit that part out.
Yeah. Oh, I've had to edit so many stupid things out where I just completely stumbled over my words or said something that made absolutely no sense. I'm like, thank God this wasn't live, because this would have been so bad.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Rust-
There's a drink
Rusty gave
donation
us-
for you.
Yep.
Oh, hey.
$2. Thanks, Rusty.
Cheers to that.
Oh man.
And by the way, this Delbach American single malt, it's a banger.
Yeah, it's really good. I just wasn't expecting it for the first sip of it, so that's why if I made a face, which I'm sure I did, it wasn't that I didn't like it. I just didn't know what was going on.
Do you guys stretch out from bourbon a lot? Do you like a bunch of other stuff, or you kind of straight line in every once in a while, or?
No, we're all over the board. We like bourbon, rye, Japanese, single malts, scotches, Irish, cocktails, canned cocktails, beer. I mean, if it's got alcohol in it, we're down.
pretty much. That makes it sound real bad, but we like.
Well,
we like most things.
We have a whiskey channel. We drink whiskey. You
Yeah.
can't hide it. You can't candy coat that. We like
Every
it.
once in a while, I'll do something that's not bourbon. Like I did the Westward cast strength. I did that,
Mhm.
and like nobody won't care. They're like, I'm not watching that. That's not bourbon.
Oh yeah, people do not. If I do, like I had I need to bring them back because I like doing them. I was doing like World Whiskey Wednesdays or something where I was doing videos where I drink just something from a different country, and they got like no views. Nobody cared about them. Nobody watched them. If they got a comment, it was like gross or something, And but they were fun for me to film because I like the taste of those things, and I don't always want to drink bourbon. But they just they don't do well.
Yeah, well, that's why I have to remind myself sometimes is like, I'm not making any money from this channel. I'm doing this for fun and have as something to enjoy doing. So it's like, just do what you want to do, bro. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So
That's kind of what we've decided to do. We do hunts because we know they do well, but we don't really love doing them.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
much.
I don't go out specifically for the purposes of creating a hunt video. I'm at the liquor store
You're
buying whiskey. I might as well film it, right?
yeah.
We'll probably gain 10 subscribers for every hunt video I put out. It's ridiculous. But it's awkward. You're standing in the liquor store with other people in there. You're holding a camera. You're like weaving in and out of people, and everyone's looking at you like you're crazy, and But
that's why I got the spy glasses.
Yeah, that's genius.
But they're a little jittery, so people haven't liked them as much.
Yeah, I mean, I've had great conversations with people in the liquor stores. I probably pick up a subscriber with every store I go to, just talking to someone there, and they're asking what I'm doing and what it's all about.
And I'm the opposite. I get extra awkward and I won't do it, or I like try to hide it because I don't like talking to people very much. So
YouTube's the perfect place for you then.
It is because there's not really anyone here. I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah.
If there's a bunch of people in the liquor store, I just like message him. I'm like, it's not happening. We're not getting a video this week. You're gonna have to do it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have had this, but I've had a couple of stores where I got permission to do like my whole setup, and I got like a gimbal thing when I actually do it, and don't use just the spy glasses. But they'll be like, "Hey, I got a special bottle in the back. I'll put out for you if you can put that on video, that'd be cool." I'm like, "All right, okay." But it's not normally out there, but they'll put it out just because they want to look good in the video and all that stuff. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
We got Bourbon Writers. He joined us.
Hey, cheers.
Let's see.
So that's actually kind of the reason why we started the Patreon. We're gonna let crowdsourcing purchase a gimbal so I can get some steady shots walking through them liquor stores.
Those things are actually kind of hard to use, though. It takes some getting used to. It's not. I've still struggled with mine sometimes when I use it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be his project. I'm still not gonna be filming in liquor stores. It's just not for me.
Yeah. So, Justin, do you do live streams on your channel, or have you gone on other people's live streams?
Nope. This is for the whiskey stuff. This is the first live stream I've done. I've had one other offer, but I couldn't do it because I was working. Because my schedule for work is just kind of all over the place. But so it just kind of hit or miss of whether I can do it when people ask. But I haven't done any of my own. This is the first one that I've done overall with the whiskey stuff. I've done a ton with all the trading stuff that I do. I actually live stream every day but for the whiskey stuff, this is the first one. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad to have you on. I wasn't sure you would be willing to with very short notice. Some people, it's late. I know it's late on the East Coast, so it doesn't work out for everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
so
for me, the time isn't so big. It's just, am I working or not? Really, is because I work weekends sometimes. I work overnight sometimes. It's just a matter of when I happen to be working. So if it works with my work schedule, then I can generally make it happen.
Yeah. So we had actually, back to the live stream question, we had a couple other channels there, encouraging us to get on and join them, and I could never get Laura to do it. So
it's different because
of that
live.
awkwardness,
it's
right?
live. I got to talk to someone.
So we kind of made it our plan that when the channel hit 500 subscribers, prior to us hitting 500, the channel was all Laura. And I just kind of supported in the background, setting stuff up and, making sure that we had bottles for her to review and the house was quiet when she was filming and stuff. But I was like, if we ever hit 500, I'll do a live stream with you and start joining you on some stuff. And then we hit 500. Didn't think we ever would. But we hit 500 and then I still couldn't get her to do the live. We had to do it as a premiere.
Hey, I wasn't ready yet. We had to do a terrible live first to figure out the problems that we had. Because where our other setup was, there wasn't a place to have a wired internet.
You're not gonna like this.
Oh, fantastic! And so we did a live stream, and then we watched it again, and it was just terrible internet connection, and you couldn't really hear what we were saying, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun. It went well. So we just at least figured out that we liked doing it, and then we moved our area to a different place in the house.
Now it's like everybody has a hangout, and she's like, "Hey, let's get on with them."
Well, it's easy. It's also easier now that we have this other area because it's in a separate room that we don't use, where I was filming before was, I guess, technically our dining room. And so every time we filmed, we had to drag out all the lights and the camera and the microphone and get it all set up. And now it's just always set up, so I don't have to. It's a lot easier to do things.
See, that you all actually confused me for a while, because I remember I was watching you back when you guys were still much smaller, and it was just you on the channel. And you were in front of, I feel like it was metal, black metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Those are the shelves out in the speakeasy. Yeah.
Yeah. And
or
then
the dining room.
and it was just you. And then all of a sudden there's this dude. I'm like, who's this guy? I was so confused for a while. I was like, has he always been here and I just missed it? I was so confused, but now I know. So.
Yeah, not everyone was super happy with the change that he came on. It makes it easier for me because I have someone to talk to instead of just myself, and then it's just easier. But some people were offended that a male was going to take over the channel and it should be just a female thing. You know, they were trying to.
We broke their illusion.
They were here for the women, and you know that was awesome that they were supporting it, and I appreciate that. But it just it's easier this way.
Yeah, I do. On that note, I've often thought about, man, I wish I had like a buddy of mine who was really into this close by that would be like wanting to do this channel with me, because it would be like, there's a few of my friends that our banter is ridiculous. So I know it would be really good on YouTube, but they don't care about whiskey whatsoever. So it would just be like, every time they come over, I'm like, here, try this. And they're like, that's gross. That tastes like alcohol. I'm like, okay.
So,
yeah.
That's what works well for the Bourbon Note. They live across the street from each other, so whenever they want to film, you know, one just walks over to the other person's house and it's easy. They can drink too much and just walk home. No big deal. Yeah, that's nice. I wish I had something along those lines. Every once in a while I convince somebody to go on with me, but it's just like some random person, and then everybody's like, who's this guy or girl, when I can ever post that video. So
well, it sounds like you're making steps towards getting your girlfriend on there with you.
I'm trying. She's got some stuff going on in her life that she doesn't want to be online yet. So just respecting that until that's taken care of. So, but it'll be on there one day, and she doesn't have a choice because I already filmed it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that you started her with a Jack Daniel's product because it is delicious.
Yeah. Well, I was just looking at my collection. I was like, what would be easiest for her to drink and not just immediately hate her life right now? I was like, the Sinatra. That's probably like, I know people in the whiskey world hate the word smooth, but that's like the smoothest whiskey I could think of that I owned, and the easiest drinker.
Easy drinker,
yeah.
So that's what I started with, and then I threw some different things in there to see if things that are like, you know, people like us who drink a lot of whiskey, we would be like, oh my god, these are completely different. So she went from like Jack Daniel's Sinatra to Barrel Seagrass, and then all the way to Ardbeg. So they're like, you know, wildly different. And she's like, nope, it's alcohol. It's disgusting. I'm like, okay.
Well, it's fun because to do something like that, because some people, you know, you would expect most people would say bourbon would be the easiest one to get into for that. But if they're not into any of it, sometimes they'll pick like Scotch, which is shocking. Because I feel like that would be the hardest, or it was the hardest.
I could have tried that, because I've got just a regular Macallan that, you know, they're generally, I think it's a 15 Macallan 15. I think I have. It's in the back. I don't even remember because I've been drinking so long now. But yeah, I could have tried something like that. But we'll see. I'm trying to get her into it more.
Yeah. So this sample that I just poured for us, it's coming from Sean at Echoes and Eternity Bourbon. This is a Koval single barrel rye, and it's Amberana finished at 100 proof. And I've already had a sip, and I guarantee Laura is not going to like this.
I've had a sip. You know, we've had a few pours before this, so I'm sure that changes things. I do not like the smell at all. But
what is it about the Amberana that you don't like?
It doesn't smell like something you should drink. It's you know, it's like, you know, potpourri or house cleaner or a candle or something. It doesn't smell like something that should go in my mouth. But this one actually tastes pretty good. I'm selling that. I'm selling this well, aren't I?
I think it's pretty good. You know, this is the 5th different Amberana that I've had now, and
I would say I'd rate it in the middle.
It's squarely in the middle. Yes. It's better.
So have you guys had the Rio, the Penelope Rio?
We have not had Penelope
I would
Rio.
love to try that because I like honey.
So jealous when you got that bottle.
I was jealous of myself. So that thing is that was my first honey and or amberana. So that
Oh.
thing was, yeah. So once I had that, and I absolutely love that bottle, I was like, okay. So now I'm gonna start. I just got the barrel amberana, which I tried, and I just got in a Starlight honey finished, where it's just honey finished. So now I'm kind of thinking to myself, all right, which part of this did I like more out of the Rio, since the Rio is like a combination of the both. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see your guys, especially you, Laura. I'm so excited to see your reaction to the barrel amberano when that video comes out.
Well, it is better than this one. So that's saying something good, right? And I said this one was in the middle. It looks like Myron's got a cigar waiting for him.
A Padilla
There you
Maduro. Solid.
Of course, he always does. Late at night.
And
Be
just
cooler than the rest of us.
and I will be happy to send you guys a sample of the Rio if you want it. So just message me on, whatever, and we'll hook that up. You guys can try that out.
You can hand deliver us one. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are a little far away for a hand delivery.
Looks like a Lone Wanderer bought Corey Vrecken.
Oh my God, that's such a.
He says it smells like barnyard manure, but tastes like honey
It's
biscuit.
such a good bottle.
It is delicious. I get that it is. If you don't like Ardbeg,
the Ardbegs
or
are just
haven't
meaty.
had it before, the smell can be a bit much.
I just feel cooler drinking one.
And I think
good.
it's a thing where it's like, if you can drink Ardbeg and then like Ardbeg, it's like, now I'm a baller, because
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can enjoy this thing that like 90% of people in the world are going to be like, that is disgusting. What are you doing?
I felt like a complete wimp because his son is really into like the really heavily peated scotches, and so he'd always bring over stuff like Ardbeg and Octomore and really cool bottles. And every time I'd taste it, I'd be like, "Oh, that's disgusting! I just can't do it." And then suddenly one day I started liking them. So
Nice.
somehow you just force yourself to like something. You try it enough times, I guess.
Well, so when I have people that are trying to get into whiskey, I'm like, I always tell them this. I'm like, think back to when you were in college and you started drinking beer and you were like, this is the nastiest stuff I have ever had. And you just kept drinking it because that's what you do in college. And then all of a sudden you're like, I kind of like this beer, or I kind of like this beer. Now you're branching out into all these different sections of beers. It's the same thing. Once you get through that wall of whiskey, you're going to start to get the different flavors and start to enjoy it.
Thank you, John, for repeating what I said.
So Justin, how many videos have you put out now on your Whiskey Tears channel? Do you know?
I have no idea. I can
number?
look real quick though. Hold on.
I'm sure it says on the.
I have no clue. I don't even know how to look at that, honestly.
You know what? I could probably look at it even easier.
Regardless, out of all of the videos you've put out over the past couple of years, which one are you the most proud of?
Most proud of? So there were some that were definitely harder to both film and edit. So it maybe didn't do as well on YouTube, but it was hard to do just overall. So I did recently a blind barrels video. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they just send you like 4 completely blind
I
samples.
actually watched that video of yours. The setup you had was quite elaborate.
That thing was a pain in the butt to film, and it was way too long. And the filming itself was like 2 hours long, and I cut it down to like under 30 minutes, but it was still too long of a video. But anyways, that video was challenging because they were big samples, and I drank the entirety of all 4 of them that night while I was doing this, while still trying to somehow get through this video. So by the end of that video, of filming that video, I was just passing out on my couch. I was so done. I was like, oh man, I was not prepared for this. And then I had to go sit down and go through 2 hours of footage that I had filmed and try and cut that thing down. So I don't know if maybe proud's the word, but maybe more just like, ooh, I got through that. And I
Yeah.
just got an email from them that they just shipped out, or they're shipping out the next sample of that. But coming up here towards the end of the year, what's it called? There's a company that's doing an advent calendar. What is the name of that company?
Oh, is it the Flaviar?
Yeah, the Flaviar advent calendar. I'm planning on doing I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm trying to do an everyday video for that advent calendar
Keep it short.
through December. Yeah, they're going to have to be
just
short.
do shorts.
I don't know if I'll do shorts, but they're going
mean,
to have to be super short videos.
I've done reviews that were 2 minutes long, so it's not short, but it's barely not a short.
The problem for me is when I sit down and I'm drinking something that I don't know what it is, I try and dissect that thing. And so I'm sitting there forever and I'm just thinking about it and I'm sipping it and I'm just, so it doesn't work well for a super short video. Unless it's just like cut after cut after cut after cut after cut. And so we'll see how it goes. I've never done one of these before, so it's going to be interesting.
You could also like pour it, and then like smell it and taste it and get all your notes that you want to do, and then record that afterwards. And then it'd be really short. There'd be very little editing, and then just post whatever comes up.
That is true. Yeah, I have no idea how to look at how many videos are. Oh, I have 102.
You've got
videos.
102.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't want to interrupt you.
So 102 videos. That one was actually a pretty good video. I watched that one. It's such a cool concept that that company that sends you out the blind pours. I see Bourbon Junkies do the same thing, same company even.
Well, so did what was the guy with the beard? His wife's on
Sires.
Yeah, I think so. He did one of those, and it was fun to watch too, because I wouldn't expect the whiskeys that they sent. Like some of them I don't know anything about, but others it's like, oh, that's a pretty good bottle. So that's awesome that they don't just put.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had fun doing it. I need to, when I do the next one, I need to not drink the entire thing when I do each sample.
Small samples.
Yes, I need to pour like half of each one, where last time I just did the whole freaking thing. So
so last year we poured our own Advent samples out of our collection, and I think we did it in like early October. We poured them into samples, we put them in a box, put them in the closet, and forgot about them. And then, starting 1st of December, we pulled out one every day, and
I had a spreadsheet, so I
tasted it and whatnot. And some of the bottles that we thought were going to be great didn't do well, and some of them that we just put in there because we needed an extra bottle did really good. This year we're going to do it a little different. So we put out like late June, early July, we put out a video that was the best bottles of 2023 so far. And we're going to take those bottles, and then here, maybe in another month or two, we're going to put out part 2 of that. And then we're going to let like the people in our chat on one of our lives, or maybe our channel members, kind of weed through them and narrow it down to whatever bracket size we decide, and then we'll let our patrons seed them for us, and then we're going to do that as our Advent tournament.
Nice.
To determine which bottle of 2023 was the best.
Nice. If
so
you had
people
to
in the chat, be ready for that.
Right now, what do you think is going to win?
Oh gosh, I gotta think of what was in that list.
Probably the Jack Daniel's twice barreled Heritage Rye.
I would love to say I think it's going to be a Jack Daniel's product, but I don't think it is. I think we've had some amazing bottles. I just can't remember. Where's your notepad here? I need a reminder. I've been drinking. What did we buy this year? We have so many bottles. It's hard to keep track of anything.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
The bomb burgers might do well.
I bet the Rye 3. Oh, this Elijah Craig. If we do single barrels, so Bourbon Baller Lee, he's a guy that manages a liquor store in Washington. and he did a pick of an Elijah Craig, and it is
It's
probably one of the best bottles I've ever had. It's so good. It's better than any of the ECBPs or picks that I've had before. So
it's a 10-year-old Elijah Craig that's coming in over like 136.5 proof. And
Wow.
and it's solid. I would put that up against any of the Stags or Stag Juniors.
Yeah, things I've never had.
Oh, so just so you know, Troy, we've had some like spam ridiculousness in chat. So like I timed someone out and someone else timed someone out.
Oh,
Look at this. So now you all have trolls. You're officially a major player. So there we go. Or it's late at night. Everyone's drunk. Hard to say which it is. It was like that live stream we did where we had some random person that I can't tell if they were messing with us, if they were drunk,
man.
if there were some issues mentally with them. Not really sure. And we just ended the live stream. We're like, we're good.
We had a 3.5 hour long live stream where we had people on. It was like a hangout, and we were drinking the whole time, and we were pretty much drunk at the time. And this guy got on.
Like we just put the link out for anyone to join, and we didn't know who he was.
I don't recommend.
Him
He had like the creep filter on, and
it was like staticky, dark, and
he was like, "Pray for me," and
I deleted that live stream. I don't think it exists anymore.
It does not. No.
I was a little weirded out by the whole thing.
Ooh, have you had Bourbon Riders just said Barrel Batch 35 is towards the top for him? I've heard really good things about it. I haven't had it yet. Have you guys had that one?
We've not had 35. We have 34. I'm still looking for 35. I've heard great things.
I've heard it's really good.
I've heard great things. I'm a little leery on it because we heard great things about batch 34 as well.
Yeah.
And it's good, but I didn't feel like it was as special as people were saying it was. And they're not exactly cheap.
So we got into the barrel at batch 31, which I thought was just a banger.
32 then.
We did not have 32.
We had a taste of 32.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
And everyone's like 33 was supposed to be good. He likes 32 apparently.
32 won my whiskey of the year for 2022.
Oh, okay, nice. Did you do like a blind tournament thing?
Yep, I did a whole blind tournament at the end of last year. It ended up being 32 versus Blood Oath Pact 8 were the final.
Oh, okay.
The final two. It was easy to tell. The problem was it was so easy to tell which one was which. When I got to that final, I was like, it's hard to pick because you know what they are at that point. But
yeah, like we have some that we have listed as they're going to be in our blind battle for our top ones this year. But like the Rye 3 cigar series or whatever it's called it is very good. But I know that I'll pick out the bottle. It's not going to be a surprise when we try it because it's so different than everything else.
Yeah. That's where they become tough. So for this year, like I know for me, Rio is in the top. And really for me, the surprise of the year so far is the Larceny barrel proofs, especially the A123 for me. That thing was so good that I could see that one being in the top of the end of the year blind.
Yeah, so many people rated that one really, really high. We need to revisit it because I don't know.
Remember you said you thought you liked the B523 better, right?
We liked the B better, but
I felt like the A was just like sweet and hot. Like it drank way hotter.
I don't feel like we've tasted them since that video.
Well, I tasted it again when I tried the B for the video.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The B video. I don't think we've tasted it since.
Sounds like you need to do a blind video.
Yeah,
I probably do.
So we've not seen the C batches of the Elijah Craig or the Larceny here yet. So I keep looking on that Oregon website every day, and as soon as they drop, I'll go pick them up, and then we will definitely do that side by side comparison.
Yeah, I'm excited for I've only had the ECBP, the A batch. I didn't have the B one this year. I haven't actually seen it, but I've seen the Larceny barrel proofs everywhere. So I'm excited to get the final one for that and then see which one comes out on top on a blind. I'm so sure it's going to be the A, but if it's not, then I'll have to eat some crow or something. I don't know.
It's kind of crazy. There's lots of places that I see people talking about the larceny barrel proofs, that they're just everywhere. For us, we see them every batch, no problem. They always come out the month so by the end of this month, I expect that we'll find the larceny and the Elijah Craig, because they always come out the month that they're there. But the larceny disappears and the Elijah Craig sticks around. Like, I can find Elijah Craig barrel proof batch B any day. It's still
probably
on all the
shelves. Last year's worth we could go find right now if we wanted to.
Yeah, actually, that's what we did with not last year, but the year before. We got all 3 of them in the same day, A, B, and C, because we're just well, we hear they're good. Let's get all 3.
that was the 2021 batches or the 2020 batches. I don't remember.
Oh, I thought it was, I don't know, one of those. And we have too many of the bottles, obviously, but they're usually easy to find here, which is nice. And for some reason, we get every batch. I never really loved the larceny as much as the Elijah Craig, but we keep getting them. And the video, mostly I think because the videos do well.
Yeah.
People love those videos.
See, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I actually did a blind this year, earlier in the year, when the ECBP and the larceny A came out. And the larceny for me in that blind beat the ECBP.
Oh, okay.
So I have high hopes. I'm excited to see when you guys do your blind of the larcenies, because I'm so sure that the A123 is going to win when it's blind. But
so many people praise that one. It just, for some reason, whenever I've tried it, it just hasn't hit the spot. But
we may have been harsh on it. We'll revisit it.
We drink stuff blind all the time, not on camera. So one of these nights, I'll at least pour it for him, or he'll pour it for me, and we'll drink it. One of us will drink it blind and see if we enjoy it.
Yeah. So, you kind of talked about this a little bit already. Living out in the middle of nowhere, not having friends that'll whiskey tube with you. But this is kind of a standard question that I ask our guests every Saturday. Any upcoming projects or collaborations that you're working on you want to share?
Not really any projects, or I'm sorry, not really any collaborations. The projects really is just the Advent that's going to be coming up. And then just the blind barrels will be coming in again. Other than that, I have bought a lot of bottles recently, and I am like probably 20 in the hole of what I need to do just for reviews of bottles that I already have before I even buy anything else. Like just the other day, I was at a store and I got a Knob Creek 9 single barrel reserve and a Knob Creek 12. I'm like, well, there's 2 more I got to do now. So it's like, but they were really good prices, so I had to get them. But
yeah.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I don't really have any big plans of anything. I don't have any plans to do like a live stream per se, other than maybe joining other people, just because, especially I'm not really set up for it. Like I have this, if you guys could see this setup that I have here, it's ridiculous, but it's all set up for my trading stuff. It's not really done for my whiskey stuff. So I, even just to live stream, I would have to switch over, so many of this, because I don't know what this StreamYard is that you guys use. I've never heard of that before, but I just use like the regular OBS stuff when I do all my recording and streaming and all that. So it would be a whole big thing just to switch it all over. But with that being said, the whiskey channel is growing exponentially faster than the trading channel is right now. So I should probably put more effort into it, but it's just a for fun thing. So I'm just going to do what I can do and what I want to do.
Hopefully you're getting a little bump from some of our subscribers tonight. I think you've got a great channel.
Let me look.
It looks, a few people at least said they subscribed. I can't guarantee that they actually did, but
I'm up
they
like
did. And
8. I want to say I'm up like 8 today. So
that's
I appreciate
awesome.
That.
Yeah, for sure. So I feel like you've got the setup there put like a green
Yeah.
sheet behind you.
And just do
I
whatever you want.
Take a picture of your bottles on shelves
Yeah.
and just superimpose it on that green screen behind you.
So
and
I
you've got your
actually,
live setup.
I actually have on the other. I'll have to send you guys a video. I did a whole video on my trading setup for my other channel, and it's ridiculous. So I've got like a 55-inch like wide screen, and I got 3 different monitors over here, and I've got lights and cameras, and then behind that I have a green screen that goes floor to ceiling that I go in front of sometimes, and I'm like in New York City in this like fake thing, and so I've definitely set up for all of that. I just haven't done it on this channel.
Yeah, that's much more setup than we have. We've got our one monitor and our camera. And our
Yeah,
lights.
so if it looks like we're looking down, it's because our monitor's like below the camera.
Yeah.
And we just
So
have
mine are I've got 2. I've got like one up here, and then I've got another one that's way up here, and then I've got a third one that I never use, but it's like down there somewhere. So it's a lot. But as you guys get more and more into it, because I've been doing YouTube now for like 7 years, because like I said, my last channel got pretty big before I blew it up during the divorce and completely deleted it, which is the dumbest thing I ever did. But that one got pretty big. So I was pretty big into all the YouTube stuff in the trading world for a while, not ever in the whiskey stuff. But yeah, the more you get into it, the more you'll be like, oh, I need that thing, and now I need this thing, and now, oh, this camera looks cool. But I film all my videos just on my iPhone now, though. So
oh, nice. Yeah,
we have a pretty good camera that we got off of I think it was, what is the Amazon, whatever their yearly like 2 days that they have things on sale. Amazon Prime Day. Yeah, whatever that is. We got a pretty good camera for a decent price, and that was our upgrade. But all our hunts and stuff we do on our phone, and they sound good. They look good. Yeah. I don't have a problem filming on my phone. I actually have another YouTube channel that I've been slacking on. It's not very good. It's real small.
It's our gardening channel.
But I film a lot of that on my phone, and honestly, sometimes I'm like, why is that looking and sounding better than my expensive camera and my expensive microphone? But that's just how it is.
Yeah, the cameras on the phones these days are crazy. That's literally the reason I got this phone, just because I wanted a good camera to be able to film with. So I did get like I don't know if you guys have seen the DJI mics. They're pretty big these days. I think the Bourbon Junkies use them. I think
the clip-on ones?
the ones that they're called DJI. I think Bruzel uses it. I've seen him using it, but they plug the receiver. You can plug it right into the end of your phone, so you'll have it. You can film on your phone with the receiver here, and it just all films simultaneously, and then it sounds so much better than just your phone. And so they're pretty cool. Okay. They're expensive, but they're pretty cool.
Well, maybe I'll look into that for my other stuff, because sometimes the ones we have do weird things and they sound really bad. My clip-on one.
Yeah.
Sometimes they sound good and sometimes they sound bad, and I don't know until I go to edit the video.
I don't like the clip-on because it like clips on my neck, and I always wear like this T-shirt, right? The Bourbon Junkies, the one they look like, it looks like it's magnetic. Like
they have a magnetic backing.
Yeah. See,
I just do the clip on the thing, on the whatever this is. Collar. That's what it's called, a collar.
Yes, it's a collar.
All right, Baker, you're starting to kick in a little bit. Baker's starting to kick in a little bit.
Yeah. I don't mind the clip-on because I don't wear a shirt that's like all the way up on my neck like he does.
Yeah.
So
but I'm sure you guys have started learning, like the sound and like the lighting for videos are like the hardest things about doing a video for YouTube.
We're constantly tweaking with this stuff. Yeah.
Someday we'll be good at it. Maybe
it's so hard to do, like live streams, recorded, whatever. It's so hard to get. That's why like all these panels up everywhere, those are all sound panels that I have back there just for the other channel, just so that it doesn't reverberate off the wall and sound all echoey. And it's
sure.
It's so stupid, all the stuff you have to do, but
well, it looks good too, so it's okay.
Yeah, it looks all right. I like my office here. I'll have to give you, let me actually, one sec. I gotta show you guys my setup here.
So Lone Wanderer said ECBP is 75, larceny is 65. I feel
That tracks.
is that what it is? Okay, but more I'm interested in the new release of the Bernheim. When is that coming out? Because they said it was going to be 2 a year, and the
last one was February.
The only one that's come out is in February. So what the heck? They need to get back on that. Maybe it was a big flop, and they just decided that they didn't need to release another batch of that or something. But I thought it was supposed to come out in August. I thought it was supposed to be like February and August.
Yeah.
And I have seen nothing on that.
Yeah. So real quick, this latest sample we're on, this is actually from my son Jason. This is a Highland Park 21 that we're drinking right now. So Major Zero, I know you're super jealous about that.
It's quite good.
This is fantastic. This is such a good scotch.
Yeah, because we have, what's the one we have? 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
And
we have the 15-year Viking Heart.
I don't know that there's a huge well, I've had a lot of pours before.
You've had a lot of pours.
So I'm probably not giving it the best review, but I feel like, I mean, it's just a very similar profile. I should probably compare them straight. Oh, look at that. Lone Wanderer. These are Oregon prices. So he's like, oh, of course, I should have known. I didn't even look who posted it.
He just lives down the road from us.
I should have known who posted it. I wasn't even paying attention.
So I'm not an overly big into Scotch person, but so do you think there's a huge better difference when you get into the 20s in Scotch as compared to like, because obviously bourbon, you don't really see it get to the 20s very often. It just gets way too oaky or whatever. But
yeah,
what would you say on that?
I would say the 15's probably enough. I don't know that there's a huge difference from my memory of the 15. There's not a huge difference. They're similar tasting. This is probably better if I were to have them side by side, but the price is probably crazy different as well.
Yeah, I don't think that for the, unless you're a Scotch snob, I feel like, jumping in at the entry level Highland Park offering, you're probably going to be pretty happy with that because it's delicious. And just the gain in mouth experience and flavor you get from jumping up a couple $100, I don't think is warranted.
Okay. Well, if mouth experience is what you like, then you need to get some of that Old Carter American.
So,
oh god,
I think mouth experi's is.
He does have.
Oh, check it out! Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking.
She's showing me your video right now.
Oh.
there's a lot going on there. We definitely don't have that fancy of a setup at all. Wow. Although our lights look really similar to your lights.
Yeah,
so
and that video was me even upgrading from the beginning of that video.
So it almost looks like so I used to dabble in drums briefly. It kind of looks like the rack for like a drum kit with all your monitors and stuff mounted on it.
Yep, that's kind of what it's like. Yeah,
it's good that he's not. It's good that he's not still in the drum phase because
that was this
actually
room.
That's where we're sitting right now. That's where his drum set was. So we would not be able to do this. Yeah, that's a pretty good setup. You don't have all the fancy stuff behind your chair yet on the wall. All those little.
Yeah, so I could have saved us a lot of time and money by doing green screen, but I literally built this. This is an old Elijah Craig barrel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, right here behind us.
Nice. Yeah, I think somewhere there's an E and a C here.
Actually, under this, you can kind of see the Elijah Craig up there. They can't see it. I'm not going to lift it high enough.
You're not going to pull that off the wall. You're not going to totally disassemble this.
I'm not going to. And that's an actual barrel head that I like made and put our logo on it and stuff.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, we I think he just found some on Etsy to make our stencil and spray paint.
Yeah.
Fancy spray paint.
So we've been talking about an hour and 40 minutes now.
Oh, wow.
We're kind of at that point where I either want to end this or open it up for like a hangout. What do you think?
I mean, I'm having a good time.
Justin, what are you feeling? You getting tired? You want to do a hangout?
We can do a hangout, whatever you guys want to do. All I got to do tomorrow is drink beer and watch the Ravens beat the hell out of the Bengals. So
Awesome. So Laura's going to post the link in the chat. RJ, put a shirt on.
Well, we'll see him. We'll see him in the little screen before we pull him on in case he wants to join.
Yeah, and while we're setting this up, if anybody wants to jump on, we'll give it about 10 minutes, and if nobody wants to jump on, we'll just end it there. But Justin, why don't you take this opportunity to promote your channel? Tell everybody, where they can find you, what's coming up, that sort of thing. Let's get you some more subs.
Do you, like if you have any other social media or something?
You can promote your garage day trader, all that stuff. Go.
Yeah.
Shamelessly do it.
No, well, I appreciate that. I've never been a guy to be shamelessly promoting. It's never been my way of doing things. I don't know, but I appreciate it. So you can find me at Whiskey Tears on YouTube, on Instagram. I'm almost at 1,000 followers on Instagram on Whiskey Tears. And then if you guys like stock market stuff at all, that's Garage Day Trader. I used to be in the old house. I was trading out of my garage, so that's why the name there. But yeah, other than that, just keep watching Baker Drinks, and you guys will be good.
I'm going to help you out. He also has Discord if you want to join his channel. I think he has it linked in his videos. So you can join that. I will also post a link to ours since we have been poor at advertising.
I didn't know you guys had a Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying to get this Discord thing going, and we're so bad at it.
Okay, so I'm bringing in a couple extra people. We got Major Zero.
Holy cowboy hat.
Which is Adam, and then in the cowboy hat we've got RJ. He's the one that everyone keeps talking about being shirtless because he does plenty of videos without a shirt on. So they're good people though. Good people.
How you doing, guys?
I've got my Florida Gator one on today because they just won. So, but
I was literally just logging in to see if they pulled that victory off.
Oh, I thought we would have lost by 2 touchdowns, and here in the South, I live in Tennessee, and the ribbing and the torture I've had this week on Facebook, everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose." So while we were on, when it started, I went on Facebook and went back in time and laughed at everyone's post. Every single one that was giving me grief, I just laughed all the way through. So,
we got Bourbon Drop in the building. What's up, bro? Welcome.
Is that your Maduro?
Yes, sir. It is a Padilla Maduro. Look, you guys were talking for an hour and 40 minutes, so I had quite a few pours. Okay, so if I may be sorry.
See, that's my man when I want to know how cigars work, because I know nothing about cigars. So he's been doing that cigar pairing series recently, and those are really good.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous because I'm not good at it. I can take like 2 puffs of a cigar, and that's probably as much as I need. But I do like what it does to whiskey. I think it changes the flavor a lot, and it's really good.
A lot of people make the mistake on the cigars and they inhale the smoke when that's not really how it's supposed to be done. So a lot of people
gotta taste it.
From that.
Oh,
you gotta taste it, but you don't want to inhale it and choke on the smoke.
We watched a lot of videos before we got into. I mean, we have quite a few cigars, but we watched a lot of videos because I needed to know how to smoke them before I did, and I need a how-to of how to be cool. So I watched several videos on how to smoke a cigar, so I understand how you're supposed to smoke it.
Are you supposed to start everything too?
Well, I'll say this: the best way to get flavor out of a cigar is to blow it through your nose, because that's where I pick up all of the chocolate notes.
Oh,
I
wow.
agree. I've had the best experience doing something
Rusty.
similar like that,
Cheers, buddy.
which I learned from my YouTube videos on how to smoke a cigar.
Is that hat on your head? Is that a real hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a real
Oh
hat.
yeah. No,
It's
it
real.
is.
It's definitely a real hat.
He's got that cool hat. He wears it every time he gets on a live stream. He's just got the background that changes. It's awesome.
okay.
It's not a real shirt though.
I
Yeah,
dressed
it's gotta be a real shirt.
up for the occasion. Come on.
I see that. You got real fancy tonight. Thank you.
You and RJ.
Oh yeah.
Adam's got a new hat.
Yeah, that's very fancy hat.
This is my Florida Gator flat cap. So I mean, we are a channel of interesting hats. So there should be the whiskey hat channel. So.
Cover all of his hair. He's gonna cover
I
his
feel
hair.
like I need a hat.
Well, I if I don't have a hat on, that shiny spot right there hits the camera. So
Hey,
I have
we
to-
got the same barber.
yeah, Jesus.
So, hey, what's everybody else drinking tonight? That's
Wait.
what we need to know.
I do like to say that most of this is a choice. Most of it.
This is my third bottle, but this is what I'm
Yeah,
drinking.
back here.
Oh, the Sazerac rye. Okay.
The big boy handle too. It's not even the little one.
So Justin, you see that comment that she just put in the chat there?
Yeah, Michael Bortner. He said, "Let me know about if
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to try the
Saw that.
Stags or Barrel 35."
See, I actually have that 3 PLDC because that's a like Maryland, DC, Virginia only release. So I was actually able to get that one. I've got the 2 PLDC and the 3 PLDC. So those are, I mean, Old Carter is just fantastic.
And Justin, tell him where you got it from.
Not Ladies Liquors.
Oh, you got it.
They were
I've never
not
even
from
seen
Ladies
Old
Liquors.
Carter.
Oh,
I've never seen Old Carter in a shelf. I've never even seen it like at museum pricing. Old Carter is like, I guess it doesn't exist in the DFW Metroplex area.
Oh man, you're missing out.
Oh gosh. So
I'll have
Old Carter
we-
is amazing.
I'll have to look
We don't-
for it because I'm pretty lucky. I bet it's around here somewhere.
I was gonna say with the museum pricing and some of the huge selections I see on your Bourbon Hunt videos, I will point that out immediately in the comments, even if you miss it.
I'll have to see. So
I'll tell you what though, as good as the Old Carter bourbons are, the Old Carter Americans are just on a completely another level. They are, which I never thought I would say, an American versus a bourbon, but they are just so crazily on a different level. And my buddies told me that they're like, if you ever find that, you're gonna try it, and it's gonna be so much better. I was like, there's
Life-changing.
no way. And then I tried it, and it was so much better. So if you ever find an American or can try one,
I heard the same thing. There was a young lady in my comments. Her name was Connie, and she said, "If you can get your hands on the Old Carter American," and then somebody else said the same thing. And I was like, "Man, is it really that good?" But I can't spend $250 every time I want a bottle of Old Carter.
Michael Borton's asking if you guys have the Old Carter Batch 14.
I do not. I do not have any of the regular batches of Old
I
Carter.
like how Troy just kind of reaches into the back curtain back there, and he's
You
kinda
like that?
He just magically makes something appear out of nothing. It's like
I mean, I can do that. We can just,
you have an
start pulling stuff out of thin air. We'll start pulling stuff out of thin air. We can do that. Like,
Yeah, so this is the Stellum bourbon. It is a
I like
single
Stellum.
barrel. It's the Vega batch from Sealbox.
Nice.
So yeah, we pull. Actually, what's on this shelf that he's pulling stuff from is a lot of the stuff that like we don't think is good enough for our normal shelf.
oh wow.
And yeah, or we just don't have space for it. Maybe it's not that we don't think it's good enough. Kind of.
Everything
It's a
that's
little
hidden
bit
in
of
this room is like bottles that I haven't reviewed yet. So like I've got like a whole wall and I've got stuff on the floorboard and like behind my computer.
John,
bottles I gotta
cheers,
review.
buddy.
I had to Hey John, I had to upgrade my StreamYard so that I could bring on more people. so cheers.
That's what happens when you get over
Right?
1,000
Thank you.
subscribers.
For making money, you gotta start spending money.
So yeah,
So-
exactly. So sorry it took a minute to bring you on, but thank you. You have supported us for quite a while. You comment on lots of videos. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. See a face to the name. What are you drinking tonight?
Yeah, it's good to see y'all too. Oh, I've drank a bunch of stuff. I shouldn't have, but I did. Right now, I'm. I'll get it up here to the front. A 175 a Weller.
Oh, that's the
Hold
big
on.
boy.
There
Is that
we
a
go.
green label?
Yeah,
That's the big one.
a big
Yes,
bottle
sir.
of the
Green
Weller.
label. Green label that I bought. I bought it in Shamrock, Texas, which you can look it up. A little bitty town.
I'm in Texas, so I'm curious. Is that north, south, east, west? Because I've never heard of it. It sounds like East Texas.
It's off of it. It's off Interstate 40. It's close to Oklahoma. It's in the Panhandle. It's
Okay.
parallel
Okay.
with Amarillo, but
Okay.
it's the east side of the Panhandle.
Okay,
It's
so
a
it's
great
like
little
no
liquor
man's
store.
land.
So like 3.5
Yeah,
4
it
hours.
really is.
I would have
I
never
gotta
guessed
give
that
it
RJ
credit.
was from Texas.
I
Never
feel
guessed.
like Texas is like leading the pack in naming their towns.
It's an awesome name. I'm not gonna lie. Shamrock is an awesome name for.
There's a town in Texas called Buzzard Creek.
It's
Never
not
been
awful
there.
either. I've never been to Texas, so
I have been-
really any of them.
Go.
I have been to Haight, Alabama,
it's long
though.
ways. Hate?
I've been to Haight, Alabama. So
Yeah, I've been to Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So Pennsylvania's leading it now.
Real town. Look it up.
I've been to Lick Skillet, Alabama.
Gary Franchi in the chat there.
And I grew up in a place
So-
called Glimp, Tennessee. So Glimp, 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 Tennessee. So
Dave said that Victor is in Amarillo. Yeah, that's about right. I think I'm gonna have Victor out for one of my first like in-person live streams from our group. He's about like a 2-hour drive from my house.
Yeah, so Laura just put a comment from Gary Franchi up on the chat for everyone to see. When we started the stream earlier, Gary is the guy that I called out that started the channel World's Worst Bourbon Channel. And if you're not subscribed, again,
Yeah,
you
check that
need to. That is hilarious content. The videos are all short. They're a couple minutes long. But it is, I mean, you will be laughing out loud. It's that good.
His
Like
first video is the highlight video, which was hilarious.
Yes,
I
that is. I
thought
was
that was
dying on that one. There
I
were
was
like
laughing.
tears coming down. That black screen. Oh, memory, this
I was like,
memory.
Oh,
I'm watching it right now.
and remember this. And remember,
Exactly. Oh, that was a good one.
yeah, oh, that was the one. Yeah.
Okay, so Victor's in Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Or is it Amarillo? Probably.
It's Amarillo.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like
no,
there's
it's an L, huh?
I feel like there's a
Spanish.
song, right?
Amarillo
yeah, I
by
guess
morning.
there
Amarillo
is.
by morning
Will you sing it to me? I don't know that I know the song.
from Santa's home.
It didn't work.
Isn't
I
that
tried.
yellow? Isn't that yellow in Spanish? Isn't that yellow in
Yes.
Spanish?
Yes.
Amarillo. That's yellow in Spanish.
Correct.
Hey,
I had to pull out the Padilla for Victor because he was the one who, when I made the comment on the other video about him being good. But Cheap Sticks, man, they are good. They are excellent. But I got to give a shout out to the people from Texas, man. I've had people send me bottles from Texas. Some of the best bottles I've got in the bar. So, you know, people
Really?
from Texas, man, they're just good guys.
You know, RJ's about to say something. RJ says there are no good whiskeys in Texas. None.
Oh boy.
I haven't liked what I've had from Texas so
I
far.
have not enjoyed it because of the summer heat here. It's hard to age a bourbon more than 3 years without the heat just completely destroying it. Because 109-degree summer is just really rough on the barrel age.
Well,
Get yourself a Balcones single malt at cask strength, and you will be impressed.
Balcones
Well-
is going to be the first distillery that I actually go to. I've never been to a distillery. I've only been to breweries, and Balcones is about an hour and a half from my house.
It should
I
be
didn't say whiskey from Texas. I just said good people sending me good
People
bottles,
send stuff from Texas.
bottles that I can't get.
That's what I thought. There's good people in Texas, not good whiskey in Texas. So, Eric, are you also in Texas? I feel like Texas is the place where people are right now.
Well, it's a big state. It's got a lot of
A
people
lot
in
of
it.
people. A lot
You know,
of
their
people.
their motto is it's like a whole nother country. So,
We
Y'all
will
need to
rise
try
again
Lone
and we
Elm.
will succeed.
Yep.
Lone Elm cask strength. Y'all need to try Lone Elm. Lone Elm was out of Forney, Texas, which is on the east side of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Lone Elm was doing great things. So is Iron Root, but everybody's heard of Iron Root.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've heard of Lone Elm.
That's
so...
fantastic. And Lone Elm has a honey whiskey that's really good, and you like the honey stuff.
Oh,
Are they
yeah.
I'm in
making their own stuff?
Arlington, so I'm really close. I'll have to go check that out too.
Yeah,
Since I'm in Arlington.
Yeah, and I'm not talking to you, T. Roy. I'm talking to somebody else.
That's okay. So do they make their own whiskey or is it
100%.
sourced, do you know?
100%. Listen, guys, I'm a mechanic, so I'm out on sourced whiskey. I can only buy so many bottles. And Lone Elm is 100% on the up and up. They're not doing anything deceptive.
They're not like TX. They're not dying their.
I'm looking them up
whiskey.
right
Oh,
now.
boy. TX has some good stuff, but
They dye their whiskey though.
Oh, boy. It's so embarrassing. TX should not be able to have that name.
I love Lagavulin not to bring in Scotch, and they dye their whiskey, but it's all right. It just color.
I mean, it's okay to dye your whiskey. Just be honest. Just like Michter's. Just tell the truth.
Yeah, just tell them straight up like
Tell
hell.
the truth.
It's color.
That's what that caramel is when they add it. That caramel
It's
color.
okay. Caramel flavor is okay.
Caramel just red 16 dye, right?
I don't care. Just tell me the truth. Don't lie to me.
I agree.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look for Lone Elm because it looks like
No, you
maybe
don't. I'll
it's
send
at.
it to you. You're just gonna have to
it
give me
looks-
your email address.
Oh, okay. Well, my email I think is in my description, so you can send it's this.baker.drinks at
I'll
Gmail.
need to go to Lone Elm
It's in my
since I'm so
description,
close.
so you can send
I
us
might
an
need to be
email
closer
and.
back home.
Yep.
But I think it might be at Total Wine, so that's
If you can't
helpful.
find a cask strength, I'll be happy to send you a bottle. I'll even go buy a bottle of the honey.
Well, thank you.
So Myron.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you, Myron, not to put you on the spot here. So we've got our next couple weeks kind of planned out. We got Oktoberfest celebration next week, our 1,000 subscriber celebration the week after. We would love to have you come on the channel as our special guest at some point. Would you be open to that?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So we'll
Baker drinks from coast to coast.
we will hook up with you offline and we'll set up a date for that. But we would absolutely love to have you on with us.
Oh, I'd love to be on. I'd love to be.
Yeah.
Look, I've got a question for you guys though. When you guys were talking about not getting a lot of views on your Scotch and whiskey videos, I've experienced the same thing. And I wanted to know if Justin, since he lives in the state of Maryland with me, if he's had the old line yet, because I give old line praise all the time, and nobody seems to know about it.
I looked at the old line, and you told me to get the old line, and I haven't gotten the old line. you told me to get the old line. I was like, I trust Myron because I like his reviews. He knows what he's talking about, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, that old line cash strength, the old line cash strength, the old line cognac finish. I think it's some amazing juice, but it seems like even though they have a distillery in Baltimore, they source the American whiskey out of Ohio, and I think it is some great stuff. But it seems like nobody knows about it.
Yeah, I don't think they've done a great
Look at RJ Fleck in there.
promotion or anything like that because I didn't even know about it until I was in Ocean City, and I was like, "What is this old line stuff?" And I was like, "Baltimore? What? Why haven't I not heard about this? I live in Maryland. How do I not know what this is?"
I know.
But I'm gonna get one day just for you, Myron. One day I will get one.
It's called Old Line.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get switch bottles.
Is it old or O as in the letter O?
No, old as in OLD.
Okay. I think I've watched one of your video reviews of that.
You might have been one of the maybe 150 to 200.
Myron,
Hey.
I'll tell you, it's all about tagging. You ever want to talk about tagging sometime, and you can ask Baker Drinks. I'll talk I'll talk for an hour about it sometime. Reach out to me, and we'll talk some Sunday afternoon about some things you can do. I mean,
take him up on that offer. He's got some good information.
I think Myron does a lot of tagging. I don't know that that's the issue. I think people just don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
So John, what is your shirt today?
tagging,
Okay, so William Clark Green, Texas singer-songwriter. I'm going to show it to you, but people are going to get offended.
No beans and
No
chili.
Beans and chili. It's
Beans and chili, though. I'm from Texas.
It's a song.
Beans have to be in the chili for me to eat it. If there's no beans, I'm going back to the store.
Well, it's like they said on Yellowstone, if you put beans in it, it's not chili anymore. But I don't care. I'll eat it either way if you're cooking.
If you take the beans out, it's not chili.
Yeah,
Sorry, my grandmother was from the north.
Who wants to eat meat? Who wants meat soup for dinner? I mean, you got to put something.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
I'm pretty okay with it either way.
No, they put everything
It's
else.
still good for your heart.
They just don't put the beans in it. They put the onions and everything else in it. They just don't put the beans in it. And I agree. There is no beans in real chili.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of liquid meatloaf. I mean, you could put that on a hot dog or something. But.
Everybody go to the grocery store and look. It says chili. And it says chili with beans.
Oh, Myron's
if
gonna.
I'm not cooking.
I wonder if his phone died.
It's just a great
song.
song.
Probably died. It always seems to die when he joins us.
It's just a great song.
It died.
Either that or his headset died, and he's like, "Well, I can't hear. I might as well cut it off."
Hey,
Sparky
here you go,
thinks
Baker
beans
Drinks.
belong in chili.
This next one's for you all.
Is that the? Hold on, I gotta make you bigger because I can't read it. Oh, hold on, keep it. Oh, there we go.
That's a really hard one to find.
There it is.
Amberana. Okay. Well,
I'm telling you, that is a solid bottle.
That's gonna be a lot like Fireball, right? A lot of cinnamon, a lot of vanilla.
It's a lot of cinnamon, but it's not Fireball.
This is my third sport from a fresh crack
very buttery and sweet and dessert. And
I feel like it was. And spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, we haven't released that video yet.
We haven't released the video yet, but I got a lot of imagine truck stop diner honey butter on pancakes with maple syrup.
I think you have. You've said that before. You've said that very same thing before. Corey.
Similar thing.
Similar.
He talks about this truck stop that doesn't exist.
I was gonna say I've heard this truck stop story before.
Yeah, so those truck stops, you get a lot of flavor notes out of those. You get a lot of life experience out of those too.
In the bathroom? No, that's
you go in and your arms stick to the table
and if you play your cards right, you get to take home the 3-tooth waitress.
Hey, there's the foolproof. You can't find that anywhere.
There you go.
I've never had the foolproof. That also does not exist in our area.
I'm going to send you a 6-pack of whiskey. My God.
We get the benchmark. We get the benchmark 8, and that's about it.
That's all I get too. The benchmark 8.
That's it. That's the only one here.
Same in Memphis. The same Memphis. We just had the benchmark 8, which has a very heavy peanut taste to me. I get a lot of.
I've never tried it. It's like bottom shelf, and I haven't heard good things about that one.
So
I've heard good things about the rest of them.
Here's an update. 24 seconds left in the half. Colorado's getting exposed by Colorado State.
No, are they?
21-14.
I mean, I don't hate it exactly, but maybe they'll stop talking about Colorado and start talking about the other Pac-12 teams, like Washington.
Have you talking about buttery? I don't want to change subject, and it's not about Scotch for a change. Have you tried the King's Family Distillery stuff? Have y'all tried any of that?
Haven't seen it.
King's Family. I don't think that sounds familiar. No.
Sean gave me some via Matt, and it's It's not.
Did you say meth?
Matt.
No, Matt. Meth is how I lost all the weight. No, Matt from Whiskey Wisdom is
Myron's back.
but it's a it's very butter. It's probably one of the most butterscotch heavy.
Welcome back, Myron.
But in a good way.
Oh, I mean, I don't think butterscotch can be a bad thing.
Sometimes it could be a bit much. It's not Werther's original, but it's got that, and it's a high proof too. It's like I think it's 114. I think I got a sample of it, but it's a 15-year. Oh yeah, it's good. It's really good. So I was surprised on that.
Major Zero.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
114 for Stag. You said it in the comments. I'll send it to you if I can get a Stag.
I can get you. I think someone said I'm carrying the ball around with me. Stag is easy here. I can get it from 100. 100 is harder, but I can go tomorrow and get a Stag for 150, and I can get it all day long for 190.
I have never seen a stag under 300.
I was about to say the same thing. I was about to say, Justin, tell him how much we pay for Stag in our area.
It has never been under 300.
I saw 2 stags today. Went and saw one. I did a short at a place called Whiskey Business. Now Whiskey Business makes you spend $100 or buy a fifth of Fireball before they'll sell it to you. But then I've got 4 stores I could go to right now and get it. The 100 is harder. You have to catch it. I caught $100 twice. The 2 I bought have been $100, but I can go buy it for 150 or 199 all day long. Now, if I want to stay married, I can't do that.
well,
right now,
you talk about your 3 happy years. Are you currently in one of those happy years? You aren't clarify with that.
The last 2 months have been pretty happy because that's when I've been vlogging and it's been a lot of scotch. I'm happy. She's not so happy. But yeah, Myron, I could get you Stag all day long if that's what it's not hard. And it's all over the place. It's 22A, 23B, 23. And October 7th, there's an allocation drop, and it's going to be $100. I'm going to go. So
Eric, that King's Family Ryconic you say is crazy good. I was like, I had the oh, what was that? I think Myron's phone dropped. I had the honey finished. Yeah. I had the honey finished Ryconic in the cart. And while I was talking to Laura to confirm the purchase, it sold out.
I was not exactly happy because he told me about it. He's like, "Oh, there's this bottle. It's supposed to be really good. It's honey finished. It's a Ryconic." And I was like, "Yeah, get it." He's like, "Oh, never mind. It's sold out. I've been waiting on it for my paycheck."
It was in the cart.
I'm like, "What is
sold
wrong
out.
with you?" I hear it's good though.
Okay.
Hey,
Myron didn't pass out. He's back up.
He's back up. There's just the phone decided to take a tumble.
Myron, I see you enjoying a cigar. I wanted to point you towards a person I know that's running a online cigar store. Go check them out. Pirate Cigar, singular, piratecigar.com. Go check her out over there and see if you find anything you might like. Communicate with her a little bit and tell her Off Track Syndicate sent you, and I believe you get a discount on something, shipping or so. I don't remember. It's been a while, but I believe she'll still honor it. So
do you like discounts?
Off Track Syndicate, Off Track Syndicate and Pirate Cigar. That's all I know.
That's it.
Yep.
It's a done deal.
Dave Vogel saying, "Cheers, have a good night. Check your email."
Will do, Dave. Have a good night.
On that note, everybody, I gotta go out. I gotta pass out. I got a big day tomorrow. I
Justin,
appreciate y'all
thank you
having
so
me
much
on
for
so
coming
much.
on with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Cheers.
appreciate
Good
it.
night.
Everybody subscribe to Justin if you haven't already.
Yeah, Myron.
Already
Yeah,
done.
Myron, get on it.
Already done.
All
Already done.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
night.
Have a great night. Buddy.
Yeah.
There we go. It makes an even screen now.
right.
Major Zero, you've got a Zoom account and stuff, right?
A Zoom account?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I added you as a contact on there?
I do more through Google. I'll put my email in the in this chat over here. I don't put my people have been asking for my email, but if you put it in the chat of your YouTube, you get like the most heinous stuff.
Right.
Your thing. So can you see the chat in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it over here, and you can send me a thing over there.
So we, Major Zero, we did see some of your comments that were a bit inappropriate, I guess I would say.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah, no. Like people commenting on your videos.
I thought me. I was like, I did something.
Not you commenting, but we did see that you got some of those crazy comments on your videos, and it was actually from the same person that we saw doing crazy comments on someone else's videos.
Yeah,
so it was kind of funny that I don't know if they're like picking out.
I'm hoping you got that squared away.
I did. Well, and it's funny. You can just mute them where they think they're still commenting and being a troll, and they don't know it. They're just totally hidden from everybody, and that's what I did. But yeah, somebody said, keep up the it's like great work being a white supremacist, and like you or keep it white. And I was just like, I went back and I was like, oh my God, what did I say? I went back and the video. I was like, what did because I mean, I am in the South, and I kind of panned through one of the places there. I thought, was there like a big Confederate flag or something? What is going on back there? And it was like none of that. The guy was just being a troll. So
it was that same person was doing it over on Bourbon Note, and they did the same thing. They like had them like muted, so they're like still existing in the background, but nobody can see their comments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like,
you guys just had two people in your chat that posted some pretty ridiculous stuff. I wasn't quick enough to ban the first one for the 300 second, but the second one I did. But my whole point is like if people are gonna be doing that and I'm moderating, like first one's a warning, the second one's gonna be removal because you guys don't deserve any of that. And there's no reason for you guys to hit that 1,000 subscribers and then get demonetized because some idiot decided to drop some dumb stuff in your chat.
Yeah.
I actually was pretty quick on that. Normally I don't check this stuff, but I was like, what? Why is it scrolling so fast?
I was stupid fast with it, but it was me and someone else. We both like put a 300-second mute on him at the same exact time. Like I've never seen that happen so quickly. But it was just,
well, look, that's how you know you made it.
Yeah,
that's how you know you made it. Welcome to the big time.
Yeah, you guys are big time.
And I'm just over here drinking whiskey, living my best life. I didn't even know it was happening.
Lord Diarrhea, the fourth was one of them, and then the other guy was the Trash Man. The Trash Man was almost immediately shut down. And then Lord Diarrhea, there was two of us that shut him down immediately. It was me and Northwest Bourbon.
I appreciate it.
That's why you guys, there's so many people with the wrench, because someone can take care of it. Someone can take care of it.
Nothing worse than a guy coming in half naked, waving a gun. I mean, literally nothing.
Wait, I feel like you're talking about RJ.
I have it ready to go.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question though.
Sure.
Our bourbon videos do very well. Like amongst the YouTube bourbon, our bourbon hunt videos do very well. How do you get a thumbs down on a bourbon hunt video? When you look at your thumbs up and thumbs down ratio, when you get like a 99.5 or a 99, I'm like, how do you get a thumbs down on a bourbon hunt?
I got a guy that comments literally every other bourbon hunt. He's like, I hate your music. And it's like, you know what? There's not a lot of free options for music out there.
They're all bad.
Right.
And if I could leave it completely silent when I edit, but you're going to get bored and like tune out.
Yeah.
I try not to use music on my bourbon hunt videos, but I try to do voiceovers where I talk about what I see, because I can see one thing and you can see another thing, and like having that comparison is kind of nice. When I ask like, hey, comment if you guys see something that I'm missing, but I see this, and this, so I'm addressing the bottles I'm going past. But when it comes to music and copyrighted music, unless you have someone that's willing to make music for you, you're very limited on your options because no one wants to risk that copyright infringement. Because once you get 3 of those, I'm pretty sure your channel's like completely removed, and there's no chance of monetization after 3 copyright strikes.
I was lucky to find a guy who I think he's in Germany, makes music, and he'll just tell you the right to use music for like $20. I was able to use his music. That's what I use much all of.
I have a close friend that was in my last video where I did my wheel spin. I don't know if you guys have saw that. His name is Brandon. He actually plays piano. He's going to be making music for me so I can have an intro and an outro, which I don't have right now. Sorry,
That's
guys.
the little guy that sits in the background with you?
Yeah. He's going to help me with the music because he plays piano, and I'm going to have some background music for when I have like that dead space where I need something there, but I don't want to necessarily do a voiceover because I don't want to ruin the drama or the context of what's going on in the background.
My problem is music is my autism. I have no idea about music at all, and like I'll sit there and I'll just pick something, and then but I love the hate. I have another channel, and I do. I love to convert somebody, and I love it when somebody comes in and they hate me because I laser focus into them, and I will keep, as long as they want to respond, I'll keep talking to them. You'll see somebody who hates me, and I will go, "Oh, really? Well, tell me what I'm doing. Let's get into it." And I love the hate. Give me dislikes. I can't tell you how many times I've got somebody and they were all like, "Oh, this guy's going to talk back to me." Okay. And then, I was just kind of commenting. I was like, I love it. Hate keeps me warm at night. So it doesn't bother me. But it's some of it's good criticism. You're going too fast. Yes, I was going too fast. And then I use CapCut. I use my phone, a lot. So I started doing 0.75 around there when there's no voiceover, especially when they're blaring that music in there. And you're going to get copyright.
I don't want that music in the background. It's obnoxious and it's a copyright.
But then what I'll do is I'll mute it and then do whatever. And then a lot of people it's like they're mad because, and like I think some people have been like, "You're not finding that stuff. You're carrying that bottle around with you." I was like, "You think that I'm going to use my lunch break?"
And he has 2 stags on a shelf behind him now. Like, I carry the same stag. No, I have 2 of them.
This stag goes with me everywhere I go to do that. So
you got one stag and you carry it with you.
Yeah.
It was also different.
Go ahead, Myron.
Video.
No, I was about to say not only the music in the stores, but I don't necessarily run into the music. What I run into is the cheap ass coolers that all of the liquor stores use for the beer. It tears my audio up. I don't know if you guys run into the same problem.
Are you using your phone or are you using a mic?
A lot of buzzing.
I'm using my camera and a mic, and it picks up all of the cheap coolers and that like it tears the audio up.
I hear that in a lot of people's videos that don't mute them.
Yeah,
there's a lot of buzzing.
There's not a lot of coolers in our. We don't sell. Some do, but we don't really sell beer in our liquor stores here, so we don't really have that problem. There's some, but they're not too bad. So
I put online and do voiceover.
I put a link in the chat, y'all, for Kevin McLeod. He does a lot of really, really cheap and or free. He does have a free side. You just kind of have to look around on his stuff, but yeah, he's got a lot of copyright free, royalty free stuff that he puts out just for video people wanting to do videos. It's I've used some of his stuff. I've paid for some of it, and some of it he's got some free sections on there. He's like, use it. So yeah,
I am so terrible with music. I mean, it's like literally the worst. I didn't grow up listening to it, and people make fun of me because, like I said, I'll be in some place I have no idea about music, so I just kind of will play something for a second. I'm like, this doesn't sound terrible to me, so I don't care. So it doesn't bother me for that.
But
that's kind of what we do too.
Recording and just go do audio music. So I have a buddy that has a whole music studio. I just need to go record my own stuff. I mean, I'm talented. I can play bass guitar, drums. I just need some tracks and to overlay them and see if we can find something that's cool. My buddy, he plays piano. We're gonna try to do like a saloon style, like 1940.
You should start a band, RJ.
Actually, we do have one, but I don't really use that channel too much.
I just use whatever YouTube has free because YouTube likes it when you use their stuff and they like it. So my thing is some people have the audio, like they'll be talking and the music will be too loud. That's the only thing. Like I never do both. I either do one or the other because the music's too loud. You can't hear me. on that.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, see, we got dinged a couple of times on Facebook. I used music from YouTube and then put the stuff over on Facebook, and they dinged me on Facebook. And I was like, look, guys, I got this from YouTube. This was your stuff that I got from, or whatever. And then they relented. So don't always just take what Facebook says is, you getting a copyright strike, dispute it. And
I don't post anything on Facebook, unfortunately. So I'm just on YouTube. So I don't.
Look at that. We got one more.
We got Whiskey
Hello.
Tube royalty in the house.
Hello,
Mark, cheers.
Cheers. Thank
What's
you
up,
for
guys?
joining us.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
after
Wanted to.
9 o'clock, so I see we're at your time.
The kids are in bed.
Yep, kids are in bed. I'm allowed to start drinking now.
Slanja,
Cheers.
what are you drinking?
What you got in the glass?
Some Nightside.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Nightside is like 35 minutes away from where I live. They're in Pierce County, Washington. This is their first single malt that they've put out, and it's my favorite offering from them. And so I was just revisiting this bottle because I haven't tried it since I did the review of it after I had them on the show. I did an interview with them a couple months ago.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I was just drinking this to come on and have a pour with you before I record a couple of videos tonight.
I thought it was going to be Jack Daniel's barrel proof because you seem to love to collect those.
Oh, the Heroes editions, I love collecting those, yeah.
I can't blame you. Look, anything in a square bottle, JD, SBBP. Oh, I'm down.
Yep, it's good. Yeah, they're
100%
good.
agree with that.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen one of those Heroes editions back on the shelves over here for like 6 months, so I'm scared that they stopped doing that program. But I've got 7 of them so far, and they're all freaking really good. And like one of the best values in whiskey because it's $60 out the door for a single barrel pick from a manager at the warehouse that is just fantastic. And it's from the Coy Hill warehouse too.
Oh, awesome. That makes it even better. Now
Dude,
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, I probably one of the more recent, like I watched somebody do a review of a bottle and was super jealous about it, was Mark's review of that new Jack Daniel's single barrel Oloroso finished.
Oh yeah.
The single malt? Yeah, that one.
That's that guy right there.
Oh.
So
Is that-
I've got your guys' flight all packaged up ready for you, and I put some samples in that for you. So not only can you try it, but I'm putting 2 samples in there so you guys can do a review of it if you want.
Awesome.
Not
That's
to kind of spoil. I totally spoiler alert. My bad.
Yeah, it's a good spoil though. It's okay. We're okay with that.
Good.
And you got the package that we hand delivered to you, correct?
Yeah, I did.
I do want to give a shout out to Cutlass. Cutlass is a local guy. He is just starting out. He's put a few videos up. He's a peer of mine here in town. So I definitely give him a chance. He's just starting out. So
He's got a channel.
he does. Cutlass, you want to put the link or give it in there? I can't. I've been drinking tonight a lot, and I can't pull it up.
I got it. I got it.
You know, I think everyone in chat is a mod, so I think any of them can put a link up.
There you go.
I try to make it easy on people, so I don't have to do any of this stuff.
But you got a guy for me. Cutlass is for me. So that's the guy. You guys got definitely Cutlass. Everybody in this channel just about has one. You need to be following everybody. Myron, not RJ, but Baker Drinks.
Wow.
No, I'm just.
Oh, poor RJ.
I'm kidding.
All the shade coming from a guy who can't reach down and tie his shoes right now. I mean, come on.
I was gonna say RJ. I like RJ best when his shirt is off, but everyone else doesn't like it. I like it, so I like.
Whoa,
Keep the shirt on,
whoa.
RJ.
RJ shaves his chest, which I'm kind of iffy on.
Whoa.
I don't shave my chest. I just don't have any hair on my chest. I drink all this bourbon and whiskey, and I can't grow hair. I don't know.
You
why.
need to drink
It
scotch.
grows on my mustache and my beard, but not my chest.
So-
You got to drink some scotch.
I do. Yes.
the surprising thing is that RJ and I both are not wearing pants right now. We got our shirts on, no pants.
That's not
Why would I
surprising.
wear pants?
No one is surprised by that.
And the real
No,
question
we're not
is, how do you
surprised.
know that?
If I have to wear a shirt, why would I wear pants? Duh.
Exactly.
It's overdoing it. All right, so
Whatever's
Cutlass.
on the stream
I
is
just subbed
important.
Cutlass.
I have
So,
a
John, did
question.
you pour another drink?
No, just the foolproof, the
okay.
benchmark foolproof. But the question I have is, isn't the Heroes Edition only available on military posts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
well,
is.
my brother's retired, and I can go to Fort Hood. I just haven't made it by there.
Okay.
Oh, I do have one statement. My wife's dog has just walked up.
Oh,
what a pretty dog. What's the dog's name?
His name is Ryder. It's another country singer named Brandon Ryder. That's who he's named after. And it's a friend of mine's son that we call T-Roy that had puppies.
I think.
Oh, okay. What kind of dog is it?
It's half Rottweiler, half miniature Australian Shepherd, which is crazy, I know, but that's what he is.
It doesn't look like a miniature Australian Shepherd at all.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. That is a horse. Probably throw a saddle on it and ride it. Oh my
70
God.
pounds. 70 pounds.
Nice.
But if
So,
you look, I'm
Cutlass,
gonna
if
try
you're
to turn
watching
around.
still, I just subscribed.
You can see the spots on his chest from the Australian Shepherd. That's about the only. I don't know if you can see him or not, but the spots. That's
Oh,
about
yeah.
all
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Otherwise, yeah. My sister has a miniature Australian Shepherd, and that dog that you have doesn't look anything like it. So it must be getting
World's most annoying dog.
must be getting most of its looks from the other dog.
He's such
I
a
hate-
good puppy.
I hate to bring the room down, but I haven't shared this much with anybody. But Monday, we had to let our 16-year-old best friend Mo cross the Rainbow Bridge, and it was
God,
it was.
I'm sorry, Rusty.
It was tough, man. It was
Yeah,
tough. but-
Rusty. When a dog passes, dude, that is hard, man.
Oh,
Terrible.
it hurt me. It hurt me. But he's not. It was time. It was time, and but still, I hated it, man. I hated it.
My girl died just 2 months ago. 16. I think 16 is that magic number for dogs.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
man.
Just
Yeah.
brutal. Yeah. No, I feel your pain 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I brought him home, and we put him in the ground here where he belongs. So
yeah.
Laura, are you looking for this bottle?
Oh, we have it actually.
We were able to pick that bottle up.
I thought I saw you guys do a review. I just want to make sure because there's a trade.
Nobody watched that review, actually.
Yeah, so you must have been one of the few that actually watched that one.
I did.
So
I
thank
did
you.
review it. I liked it and I commented on it, but I meant like is that like the bottle you were looking for? Like it's one of your top bottles?
Oh no, the one that I earlier when I said I was looking like if I were
Are you wanting
to
the
get
Bearproof?
whatever, I meant the
The 2020.
limited edition.
Yeah,
That one, the one
okay.
before Coy Hill. That
Because
would be like my dream bottle.
okay, this is limited edition. This is a rye. Like it's Jack Daniels. I'm like, please tell me this is
The
what you're looking
the
for.
previous one. The previous one.
Okay, because I was
the one I was
already
talking
have
about.
something planned for this bottle, and I didn't want to get rid of it without getting it to you. If that was your sought after bottle, I want to make sure you get what you deserve.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
Yeah,
Eric,
I went.
Raising a glass
So-
to Rusty's dog, man.
Yes, for sure.
Raise its glass to your dog.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry,
sir.
Rusty. That's always a hard thing when an animal passes. Animals are just as much family as anybody else,
Correct.
yeah.
if not more. Honestly,
Yep.
sometimes I
Sometimes.
actually mourn the loss of the dog
Absolutely.
more than a human.
It's back in.
It's sad.
Yeah.
They're always glad to see you. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't complain.
I
Yeah,
have
my dog helps me sleep at night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for
tough.
sure.
Does our dog
My
help you
my
sleep?
dog keeps me awake at night.
He's a good boy.
I have a
though.
6-month-old
He
baby to
just-
keep me
he
awake
just-
at night, so we don't need a dog for that.
Yeah.
Cutlass, I just subscribed, liked, and alert, or what is that? The alert thing. I did all that. Dang it!
Yep.
I did all the
You
stuff.
hit the bell.
I did all the
Good
things.
job. You
Yep.
did
The
it all.
YouTube
stuff.
I might have been seeing Cutlass's link. Oh, there it is. There it is. Northwestern Bourbon. Copy.
Yep. So if you guys have been watching from the beginning, you know that we shout out some channels at the beginning of the stream, and it's typically those smaller channels, the people that are just starting out. They're
Heck
putting
yeah.
some content out. So next Saturday, when we do our Oktoberfest live, Cutlass, I'm going to shout you out, buddy.
You better write it down because we'll forget. Write it down.
Well, I'm
You're
about
asking a lot after we've been drinking all night.
I'm about to sign off, but I do want to say something. I have to work in the morning, so that's going to be great.
I have to work in the morning too. What are you talking about, bro?
I do
Good
IT
luck,
work.
you guys.
I do IT
I
work,
don't
but I
have to
do
work
want to
till
say
Wednesday.
You IT work. I have to go work with a whole bunch of people I don't want to be around.
same
Yeah.
thing, same job,
Yep.
same exact job. So,
But
but
such thing as federal agent. Now I have to go deal with people I don't like, and I have to be at work all day long.
I just want to say I tried this umrut, which I found out today that's the way you pronounce it, is umrut. I was actually in a store and I was talking about it, and I loved it. This is fantastic. You guys were great.
I'm glad you like that, buddy.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's a good one.
You're going to love everyone we
It's a
sent
great
or
one.
we hand delivered to you.
yes, when we saw each other and it was
I love
hooking.
canceling.
I'm glad you guys gave me this. It was great. But
Hey,
yeah,
and not to cut you off here, but tonight everybody's been congratulating Baker Drinks on 1,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What's kind of gone under the radar is Major Zero went over 400 subscribers tonight.
Oh, nice.
oh, yeah, I did.
Nice.
Mostly to you guys
Right.
being on these lives, and my award-winning personality and my face help a lot. But being
That's it. That's it.
Zero. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here now.
So
Come on.
congratulations to you, Adam.
I appreciate it. My mother always said I had a face for radio. That's why you won't see me on my face on any of my videos. That's not really. He's like so, but no, thank
Adam,
you.
I was sick, but I plan on still getting you a bottle of that OGD 114. I do have old Granddad 114 for you.
That's kind of
Fantastic.
it's kind of a joke now, but still, everybody's all like, I got Stag. I just can't get the 114. Now it's kind of my thing. So
I'm gonna send it to you so that way that you won't have to say that anymore. I haven't been feeling good. I've been sick.
I do want to try it. I hear it's good. I mean, I have to fall back on the Stag, all the Stag that I have here.
It's
but
not gonna be near as good as Stag by any means, but it's.
I'll do a blind. I'll do a blind against the Stag and the 114, and I'll see which is best. And I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen.
I don't think that will be a difficult decision.
That one's
for
going to
you.
be over real quick.
Yeah, the thing about the 114 is that it's a $30 bottle that is really good.
It's
Yep.
really
That's
hot.
the thing.
It's-
So
it's
doing it
good,
blind
but
against
it's
Stag.
not like
It's more of a joke. So, but
No, I get it.
all right.
Well, look, I'm out too, fellas and fellarettes, Laura. So I'm out too. Look, had a great time with you guys. Can't wait to get on with you guys. I'll be getting in touch with you guys so that I can get on live with you guys here shortly.
Yes.
So I'll see you guys. Have a great night.
Well,
Thank
hey,
you for
Myron,
joining
Thanks for
us.
joining us,
Bye.
Myron.
If
All right.
if either one of you guys, if you guys are down to do a blind battle, just shoot me an email, northwestbourbon@gmail.
We're
and
totally down for that.
Definitely.
All right. Well, Baker Drinks, congratulations on 1,000. I will toast you with the Lagavulin 12 tomorrow. That's what I plan to do. That'll be my toast to you guys. Thank you. I can't wait for that. I'm so excited for that. I was going to do it last, but I was actually going to wait till you got 1,000. I thought it might happen a little bit later, but that 12, I'm super excited.
You know what? We had that meeting with you. Was it 2 weeks ago? I don't even remember. And you're like, it's going to happen
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
And we were like, oh
and
no,
to
it's
the
gonna
day.
it's going to take 6 weeks. And you were right.
To the day it happened.
I'm a crazy judge of talent, and you guys have got it. You got nothing to worry about. So the next thing is going to be 5,000. I can't wait to see what you can give away for that. That's what I'm excited about.
I ain't even thinking about that.
That's a bit away.
I'm just happy where we're at now.
Hey, I dream big for other people. That's my job. So, but you guys have a great night, and I will see you next week.
Good night.
Yes.
Good night, buddy.
See you, Zero.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good
All
night.
right. Bye,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Accept me on Zoom.
I will.
He wants to talk.
Northwest Bourbon. Just subscribed and hit the bell.
Oh, I appreciate it, buddy.
Rusty, you won't be disappointed. Mark puts out solid content, and his
Oh.
distiller,
How
your
you flatter me.
distiller series, when you interview master distillers from all the local distilleries, that's like my favorite night of the week.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that.
Mark, have you heard of Black Patch Distilling in Alabama?
No, I haven't.
They are a veteran company. I just went to their distillery today. It is a very, very small operation. He
There you go.
he
Add me
named
to
it
his list.
after his son, or after the Black Patch was the
The shoulder
Group-
sleeve insignia.
Huh?
Yeah. The
Black
shoulder
Pat-
sleeve insignia. Yeah.
yes, no, yeah. So that's how they named it. His son got injured, still alive, thank goodness. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much a father-son operation in Huntsville, Alabama.
Right on.
BlackPatchDistilling.com. And it's good stuff, it's kind of young tasting, whatever.
Yeah.
I like the story, and I like that, it's a little guy trying to get out. So I went
Yep.
up there, I bought 2 bottles and, supported them.
That's awesome, Rusty. Thank you for telling me about that. I put them on the list. I'll contact them and see if they want to be on the show, because anybody in the Pacific Northwest making whiskey, or if they are a veteran-owned company making whiskey, I invite them to be on the show to help spread that word. And
Yeah.
you know what I have found? A lot of veteran-owned whiskey companies are contract distilling. They're not just sourcing, and they're not making their own. They're contract distilling, because in the military you learn how to delegate, duties and stuff like that. So
Right, right.
you make my stuff, you do this, and they do it to their specs. But there's not many veteran-owned that make it from grain to glass. And so when I find one of those, I get really excited. And
Yeah,
so,
I went in and looked, and I seen his still, and went in and looked around at his stuff, and it's seems legit. I don't know. I was there for
Right.
20 or 30 minutes, but because he was fixing to close up, but it was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I'll definitely hit them up. Thanks for letting me know about them.
Yeah, thanks for that information. I think we also appreciate veteran-owned companies. We're not as good about picking them out like Mark is, but we definitely appreciate them. Troy's a veteran as well. Military didn't want me, so I didn't end up in the military, but I tried. They just decided I wasn't a good fit, so that's okay too. But we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, my son is in the Navy, and Monday he made chief in the Navy.
Nice.
So yeah, his second time trying, and
Congrats.
So April 1 is a big date for the Chiefs in the Navy, because that's the anniversary date of when Chief became a rank. And so Chiefs in the Navy have this big celebratory thing annually of April 1. And there's a veteran-owned in Florida called April 1. And so if you let him know about that, he'll be pumped to get a bottle from them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will.
And he'll tell you the story about the goat and the ram and all that other Navy chief stuff. The goat and the ram. And I'm Army, and so that's a different world to me. But I love hearing them talking about it, because they just love it.
Yeah. I got a podcast. Off Track Syndicate is the name of my podcast that we got.
Yep.
We used to have an Air Force guy on. He's since moved on, but we used to kid him about the Air Force. It was so everybody give Sean the Air Force salute, and the Air Force salute was So yeah, and yeah, we used to give him crap about that because apparently everybody gives the Air Force crap because everybody else
Chair
is living
Force.
in the dirt in the tents, and the Air Force guys are getting steak and air conditioned tents and stuff. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah, they're playing volleyball in Afghanistan.
Yeah, yeah. So I love the rivalry between all of them. They everybody gives each other shit.
Yep. Mutual love.
Yep.
Yeah. Every year for like the football game, Army versus Navy.
Army Navy.
I have a lot of friends that either were in the Army or still in the Army because I was Army ROTC for a couple years. So I have a lot of friends that joined, and so I root for the Army. Troy, Navy veteran, he roots for the Navy, so it's always a good rivalry. It's fun.
That makes it more fun. More fun on the couch if you're not rooting for the same people.
Yeah.
Yes. On off track, one of our other hosts, Melissa, she retired from the Navy, and she was one of the, I think either the first or one of the first group of women to be stationed on an aircraft carrier with the men, and this was like in the 90s, early 90s or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, but she retired, and she's really proud of her station there. Yeah, her service there. So yeah, and we're always giving her shit because she always refers back to the Navy, and we always say, "Wait, you were in the Navy?" Because she's always referring to it, Back when I was in the Navy. What, you were in the Navy?
Yeah.
Well, we definitely appreciate you guys all joining. Our headphones are dying. The battery's dying. So that means we are getting to the end of what we can do for a live stream. Otherwise, we can't hear you guys. So again, thank you for joining. John, it's nice to have a face to all the comments. I appreciate it. It's nice to see you. Rusty and Mark, thank you.
Mark, we will definitely collaborate real soon.
Awesome. Good. And John, Rusty, it was good to meet you guys.
Yes.
Nice meeting you. Thank you, Baker Drinks, for allowing me to hang out with you guys, because
thank you.
So next Saturday, the 23rd, we're going to be on at 5 Pacific. You can do the math on when that is in your time zone. We're going to be in full German attire celebrating Oktoberfest. We're going to be drinking some German beers.
You're going to be wearing some lederhosen?
I'm going to be in lederhosen.
I'll have a dirndl. So the dress.
So we're on full send.
Oh man.
We'll be doing that on the 23rd. On the 30th, we're going to be doing our 1,000 subscriber celebration with giveaways.
Nice.
We'll have some special guests on with us.
And hangouts.
And we're going to have a full hangout on both weeks. So look forward to that.
Oh,
Bourbon Baller Lee.
I can't quite get off yet because we at least have to say
hey guys.
Lee and Toast Malone.
So thank you guys. You're popping on right as we're saying goodnight.
That's all right. We can hang out for a few more minutes.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
We're fantastic.
We're good.
Lee, we have sent so many people your way to pick up that Elijah Craig barrel proof, the 10-year 136.5 pick. That is such a hitter.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's a banger.
It is.
I would put that up against any stag any day of the week.
Ooh. Yep.
Ooh.
I do. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That was a really good pick.
It was so good. And Toast Malone's got no cigar in his mouth. I don't even know who you are.
No, we smoked a cigar earlier.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, the cigar aspect. Let me point you over to Pirate Cigar, singular, piratecigar.com. Go check her out over there. It's a lady in Florida. She's got some things going on. Just check her out and
From
see.
Florida, you said?
You said
Yeah.
Pirate Cigar?
Yeah,
Does she have face tattoos?
I don't think so. No.
Does she own automatic weapons?
Shit.
Maybe.
Are you sure she's from Florida?
I don't know if she's from Florida, but she lives there.
Okay.
But yeah, she's with a group of they're classically trained Cuban cigar rollers, and so
She employs them.
Said
Yes.
classically trained.
Mark, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
Whatever, buddy.
No, that was awesome. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, Pirate Cigar. Check them out, and if you can remember, tell them Off Track Syndicate sent you, and I
Okay.
believe you get a discount. So
Absolutely. Oh,
Oh,
shit,
look
that's
at that.
probably nice.
Discounts.
Everybody loves a discount.
Yeah. Again, thank you all for joining.
Yep.
Good night.
Yep.
We'll see you guys all soon.
1 week
Yep.
from today.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.